What is going on, everybody? Who else is pumped up for this one? I think Kabam has been. I understand. Look, I was live streaming when the 7-star Nexus class mythic, whatever it was, but it wasn't. Deal went live. I'm not going to say it's been perfect. Of course, nothing is. But Kabam's been on fire lately. I think they've been on fire. I could not be more excited about Sagas. It's like I feel like I've been talking about these sorts of things for months now, and then Kabam's like, you know, Vega, we see you. We've been thinking these things already ourselves because we know what we're doing over here. And we're going to supersede your expectations. And literally, that's how this has felt. God, even the messaging on the forums. I saw the messaging on the forums yesterday about the Winter of Woe thing. And like, they were on it. They were prompt. They were timely. And then they literally even said like, hey, you know what? We kind of messed that up. I'm sorry. And I was like, I respect that so much. I'm probably setting myself up it's like nothing's ever as good or as bad as we tend to think it is when we're at our most like excited or down. But I'm pumped up for today. You can see I'm ready. I'm going to continue to refresh this. I'm pumped up to see what Jax and the crew have in store for us today. Let me know if that's a little loud. That's coming through a little loud on my side. Is that coming through a little loud on your side? That was a little loud. I think that was my fault. For everyone, Laser, OYC, Mr. Omega Beast, and Devil Dog are like, why did you have that so loud, Vega? Why? Do not do that. What's up? Mr. Omega Beast, a whole year. We gotta celebrate our anniversaries, my friends. Is it still a little loud? Let me know, is that getting more quiet? Is that too quiet now? And you know, we'll have to wait till Jax and crew start talking, obviously to fully get that in. Let me let's go ahead and fix this up too, because this is set up for when I do my champion reviews and I show you all the spreadsheet. Oh, we don't need to see everyone I follow. To be honest, I think I follow Kabam. I think I follow Jax, Mr. Jax, and then Marcelo on the old Twitch here, and that's about it. I don't really watch a lot of Twitch these days. Or really ever, to be honest. Not my jam. You're like, really? Shocking. You seem like their target audience over at Twitch. What's up, John 4, son? How you doing, buddy? John 4, son of John 3. Ooh, that's pretty cool. If I'm understanding that name correctly, I really like that. That's really awesome. It's a good volume for me now. Okay, and it just thank you so much. You became a member. Thank you. That is really one of the best ways to support us MCoC YouTubers, at least at my level. Maybe at other levels, you know, some of the more massive channels have other ways, so I shouldn't speak for them, but I know for me that is a really phenomenal way. That's, of course, with liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. So I really appreciate the support. That means a lot. What's up, Eric? What's up, Jason? I'm pumped up for this, and then yes, currently my plan is to do the second leg of the Legacy Challenge. I actually really did enjoy that. We had Hot Fuzz, DLL, and of course MSD. MSD's just serendipitously, still butchered that pronunciation, been available for my last 2 live streams where I've been doing some of the more complex content. But he's jumped on and kind of coached me up. I did watch his video again last night. Yeah, okay, this is exciting. This is exciting. I will be kind of trying to do the Cerastes boss. If I need to back out, I will, but I'll be kind of trying to do that while the stream is on. But also I want to pay attention to the stream, kind of react to anything that Jackson Company has in store for us today. So I'm pumped up for that. And then maybe doing a little live questing. But after this stream, we'll do the second leg of the Legacy Challenge and discuss what we learned today, right? Like, there's still so much more to learn about Saga, so I'm excited for what they might have in store for us there. And then also, I think we're going to get a sneak peek at DLL's next champion. So
welcome on in, Summoners, to
I'm going to turn this up a little bit. You guys let me know if it's too loud. Wait a few seconds.
Kabam. My name is Jax. I am one of your community managers, and I am thrilled to be here with each and every one of you today. Happy March the 1st from Vancouver, Canada. It's March. Are you excited to leave February behind? Because I sure am. Of course, today is going to be an incredible stream because we are going to bring you some big information. Now, I know I panicked some of you when at the end of last stream I said that this would change everything. And it will. I wouldn't have said that if it wasn't true, but it's only going to be positive. I assure you, we called an emergency meeting with the content creators because if we're being honest, I really freaked them out. And then we showed them everything and they went,
he did freak us out.
Cool. So we have a lot of exciting things to show you guys. And again, it's all positive for you. This is going to be a very exciting show.
You know you're coming off the winner of Will Absorber Man fight, right?
And we're going to change things up with how we do things around here.
The presentation was
very
very
exciting.
exciting.
We're not changing this.
He ain't lying.
Please
he ain't
tell
lying.
me. Where in the world are you tuning in from? We love to see the international reach of this community.
What's up, TJ? What's up, Phil? So, hey, guys, volume's good, or do you want it a little bit louder?
The world. So welcome on in, Summoners. I'm seeing Brazil, Mendoza 13. We've got India represented. We've got a new person, new here dude. That
Volume's
makes
fine?
sense
Okay,
to
that's
me.
great.
Deb Mates here in
Hello,
Hungary.
Jacob.
Very cool. Luke.
Let's enjoy this, man. I'm pumped up. Do you guys want to see the chat on the side or get rid of that? It's kind of annoying me, to be honest. It's moving so damn fast. I think I'm just going to get rid of it.
Rudzloom. Welcome on in, everyone. This is some of my favorite stuff.
Beautiful face. That beard is coming in.
I am so very excited to have each and every one of you here. We've got a newbie, Caleb's here from Uganda. We've got Collaborator 69 in Long Island. Oh my goodness. Welcome on in, Summoners. If this is your first time here, we're going to have a great time. That's what these streams are all about. Which leads us into our ground rules. There's only one, and it's a simple one. Say it with me if you know it. Don't be a jerk. Of course, it's the one and only rule. Thank you, Deadpool, for the assist here. This is a game. Myself and the people in this room are so fortunate that we work in fun.
Thanks, Steven. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day, too.
People are passionate about it. I get that. I love that.
Getting rid of the chat. It was like visibly irritating, and then if I actually paid attention to it, it was even more irritating.
Is a great place for people to come together.
They should tune that out. They should not make Jax read it. It'd be impossible to stay in a good mood and read that chat at the same time.
Do not get in the way of that enjoyment for others.
What's up, Pop Buzz?
We will be doing a giveaway at the end of the stream, and it would be so unfortunate for you to get kicked out of the stream and not have an opportunity.
With what he's saying, I pinned it in the chat. I appreciate you all being here. Hang out. We're gonna have some fun. Make sure you go over there too. Give them a follow or whatever. It's supportive, and I think it's gonna help them do even better streams. But also, when it's time for the giveaway, you need to enter the chat.
Shout out to our mods hanging out in chat.
You need to enter the chat there.
Things flowing.
Like to win the champion.
They are taking Q&A for. I'm sure we're gonna have some. We're gonna have a lot of questions. But shout out to them. If you guys have questions throughout the show, please make them adjacent to the content we're talking about, and we will be pulling in Q&A throughout the show, particularly towards the end of our presentation. And we would love to hear from you guys. Please tag at Kabam TwitchED or at Kabam, and we'll make sure that we get some of those questions.
I am pumped up for this. I meant to start the stream this way.
If you are
I think
watching
Kabam's been on fire lately. Jax was being honest. They did do a presentation.
Thank you so much. But if you want to be a part of the
so
conversation,
excited about what I saw, what I'm seeing in implementation for Saga so far, and for what they're doing here. I'm pumped up. What's up, Aiden?
Like we've got Jay Garrick OG, we've got Ace Almond. We're all hanging out. You could be here with us partying. That's it. Full stop. You could be here. It's going to be great. So I think we've hit all of the ground rules. We can dive in. But before we do, one final thing from me. I need to let you know, because I want to celebrate with you all. I'm a Paragon now. I did it.
Nicely done, Jackson.
It took a lot of work.
Nicely done.
I'm not proud of the unit spend that it took me to get through that last fight. Oh, but honestly, I'll say this. I had a better time getting to Paragon, more fun time getting to Paragon than I did getting the Thronebreaker. Thank you all very much. Shout outs to, you guys don't understand it, but I'm on the forums all the time, and when you guys are talking strategy, I'm absorbing it. And shout out to some of our content creators. I'm using your content to learn, and it's fantastic. And that is community. So thank you all, Summoners. I appreciate you. Now, I think we need to dive in to the big presentation.
Here we go.
We said everything would change, and we talked to you guys a little bit about it. There's been some hints, some references too, but we have yet to give you a comprehensive, in-depth, detailed breakdown of what Saga's are. So we prepared a big slideshow. We're going to dive in and we're going to talk about things. Again, if you're here and you want that giveaway, that's going to happen at the end of the stream. We're
Well, and anyone who's a little on the edge about
your deep dive snippets,
Sagas, I'm going to try not to interrupt the vast majority of this presentation.
So you know exactly what you're getting. And then
afterwards, and then like I said, after their stream, I'm going to stick around and do that Spidey challenge. We can talk about it because I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear constructive criticism on why maybe you're a little on the edge on it. But
beautiful
I'm very
art
excited.
right off the hop here. Shout out to that art team because they don't miss. All right, we can roll right into the depth of it here. Let me say to all of you, welcome to Sagas. So Sagas is new.
The addition of Mike made that
Sagas?
funny to me.
They are a new, overarching, thematic framework providing cohesion across content in 3-month blocks. That's a lot of words. Why don't we hand things over to the legend Karate Mike, because he prepared a little video for everybody so that they know exactly what they're getting into. And then we will fill in the details. We'll fill in the intentionality behind things. We'll discuss. We'll give you more. And then we'll open it up to some questions. Take it away, Karate Mike.
What is going on, Summoners? Today, we're talking about Sagas. These are new, epic themes that tie together content across multiple months in the contest. The first being Ex Magica. These sagas will give strength and relevance to your already existing roster, and give even more value to new rank ups and new champs. In this first saga, you'll find champions using new Ex Magica and Magic Thief tags that will be used for special events, solo objectives, and more. Now here's the fun part. These tags grant stat bonuses to Saga-themed champions across multiple areas of the battle realm.
10%, so they're
you
10%.
might want to rank up your Saga champs to take on some of these upcoming challenges and benefits in multiple game modes. Each saga will have a unique reward identity with many new reward concepts. Now hold up, we can't give everything away, so be sure to check your in-game mail and keep an eye out for more updates as this epic battle plays out. There are some things you might not want to miss. Oh yeah, and more sagas will be coming this year, so building a diverse roster of powerful champions will be rewarding. That's it for now. Until next time, we'll see you in the battle realm.
Was I the only one intently looking to see if they'd show 7 stars?
All right, Summoners, that is your first look at a quick snippet, a little deepy dive of Sagas, something new and very exciting. We are going to fill in the blanks, but I can't do it alone. I need to bring in my partner in crime, my PIC. Please welcome back to the show. We got Kabam Mike in the house. Welcome on in.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah.
You excited for Sagas?
I'm very excited for Sagas. It's kind of the first big thing we've introduced in quite some time, so it'll be fun.
Yeah. Now, there's been people with concerns. Change. It's scary. I totally get it. Do you think that people really need to be worried about this?
Not at all. There is almost no downside, and when I say almost, I mean, you know.
You have to learn. You have to
Yeah,
learn
learn a little bit of
that
new
too,
stuff.
but-
Yeah, but you're like Mike just told us. You're gonna get boosts to certain champs. You're gonna get more rewards. Like, there's no downside here. It's all positive.
It's exceptionally positive.
Yeah.
And I understand change can be difficult. Change can be scary, especially when a game's been around as long as ours has. But we hope that you realize that this is a commitment to the future of MCoC and that we're still trying to do new things to keep it exciting and fresh and fun. And I promise you guys, it's going to be great. So we can dive into things here. We've rolled our little vid. Let's dive back into our slideshow and we'll go into things. So how does this benefit you? How does this benefit you? So 3-month blocks, essentially seasons.
Yeah.
Many other games have similar structures. They call them seasons.
Yeah, eras, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a new concept.
Trust me,
It's new
guys,
to
I
us,
had
but,
very
it's been around
similar
for quite some time
concerns.
in different games.
Yeah. And this is going to be our take on it.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll just do it better than everyone else.
Yeah.
Maybe. So what's the benefits to you? Let's start right there. You're concerned. Oh no, change is scary. I get it. Summoner benefits. What's number one here? There's going to be more connection. We're going to use it to tie together new and existing content and new and existing.
Interesting.
Let me start. Can I go from the top?
Interesting. Yeah,
I'll
go ahead.
From the top.
Yeah.
Tying together new and existing content in new and interesting and artistically appealing ways. Everything is going to be more cohesive. We love that. We love that, but that's not all. There's more purpose. This is going to provide more value to your existing rosters, and it's going to create new value for rank ups.
I really
so we talk a lot about the meta of this game.
second point.
There's a top 35
like, you guys know me, I'm
champions
a
that
pretty
find relevancy. I've seen the conversations
player.
in the forums.
I really
now,
see this in
you might
number
have
and
a
column 2 here.
favorite champion who's way outside the meta.
What's up, OG Highlight?
You may love, maybe Groot's not a great example. You may love Psycho Man.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, but am I going to really find use for them? Yeah. You're going to solo Absorbing Man in Winter of Woe. That was the most insane thing I've ever seen. Anyhow, I'm
Psycho Man's getting a massive
now,
buff.
If that champ becomes a Saga champ, they're getting boosts. They're relevant again. You can play with them. You might already have them loaded up in your roster, and now you can find a new space for them in your content.
Yeah, just like an instant 10% health and attack boost to all Saga champions makes them more relevant right off the bat. It doesn't change how they function.
Aiden,
but it
you know
does
what?
give
This
them a
is
little
one
bit
where
more
I
firepower, a little bit
thank
more,
you, but right now I think I'm just going to do
ability
just
to,
me because I
withstand
don't want to
some
interrupt
damage,
them
gives
too
them
much.
a little bit
I'm
more
even
tankiness.
already
It just
struggling to
makes them
find when I
better
should talk
right
or
away.
not.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the small green boosts, just for free all the time.
Nah, TJ, I think that was all a joke
I like
about
that a lot, and I've seen a lot of
Outman
people
and
being
Psycho
like,
Man. I think he was being funny. I've done that myself too. You start a joke and then you realize how it's going to come out. He finished it off and moved on. I understand.
Close.
No.
But I love that we're all the way up there, and it feels like every champ is someone's favorite
someone did
at
solo.
this point in time. So I love that
there
you
you
guys
go.
want to see
Even better.
yours highlighted. We'll talk about the exact champs later. Again, this information has been available kind of piecemeal everywhere else. You do counting if you need to.
I'm trying to count, yeah.
But we're going to put it all together for you guys right now. All right, so more purpose. But there's also everyone's favorite, more rewards. Each saga will have a unique reward identity with many new reward concepts. We've announced a little bit of this. Some of this will still be new. And we're going to reiterate why this is a great thing for you guys throughout the show. So let's carry right on. How will sagas create connection? There's 4 points here. Your champions. It's going to provide boosts to specific champions on attack and on defense. They're going to bring refreshed relevancy to parts of your existing roster, pretty much what we just said. There's going to be new challenges. Saga's champions will be included in those challenges, and there will be new content designed for Saga champs as well. There's going to be quests tied together into the themes of Saga, so your side quests and other solo content will often be sharing that theme. Often. We can't do it 100% of the time. We need some creative liberty and license in there, and we like to give that to our team, so they work very hard, and we're going to allow them that creative license. There's going to be bonuses and objectives related to those Saga characters. We'll show you more on that soon. But, of course, there are also deals. We're going to be highlighting specific champions in those deals, giving you ways to empower them as well. We talk about this on occasion. As community managers, we kind of tread this line between, I mean, we don't even. We come down on the side of, we want you to play the game and we want you to enjoy the game. We're not going to be the people to tell you to go and buy these deals.
What's up,
But it's important that you
Meta,
know
OG
they're
Highlight,
there
and
for you
P-Dubs?
if you want them.
Yeah, and they're always optional.
Yeah. Never, we try to make it so that pretty much anything you can buy, you can earn for free.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the first Saga, Ex Magica. And it looks cool. This is a profile photo. I'm not 100% sure where you can get it, but it looked cool.
It looks damn
So I brought
cool.
it in. And again, more information will come as we roll through. That null profile photo is awesome. What's your current profile
Sell
photo
it
like?
now. Sell it.
Oh, Mojo. It stays Mojo.
You got Mojo.
I have Mojo.
Yeah.
And sometimes Omega Sentinel, but usually just Mojo.
I've got.
When you start Battlegrounds and that profile pic comes up in your face, like instant, like 3 out of 10 people will just like quit right away because they don't want to look at that again.
Yeah. I'm going to pull in a question right away because I don't know that we even have it here. DFSL Solar 1 says, what day in March will it start? It's a great question. So we've kind of already started with the Magic Heist, and we'll touch on that a bit as well. But basically, you're going to start to see the full impact of this as new seasons roll out. So we're looking at Battlegrounds, Alliance War to an extent as well. But with all of the new content, you'll see a lot more of these sagas threads weaved in between. And we'll talk more about that. That's a great question. Thank you for bringing it up. Okay, so the first saga here. We're going March through May. It's going 3-month blocks. The team has planned out, I think, a year of these already, which is great. We're invested in them.
That's awesome.
And it's going to continue to polish each one. I think it's going to be really, really cool. I'm looking forward to it. So Saga badges. Now, this is something that's going to make things even easier for you in April. So I've seen concerns of, well, now we have to memorize other things. We have to know who has these specific boost tags, right? Who are these champs that are on this list? Do I have to leave a second screen open all the time? No, not at all. You have the tags listed in games. You can sort things that way, which is great. But coming in April, we're going to make it even easier for you. We're throwing icons on each of the Saga tag champions. And that way, if you're looking at your roster at any point in time, you're about to dive into a quest, you're in a Battlegrounds deck, any of that sort of stuff, you'll know immediately who has these
That's
boosts.
huge.
And I think it's very, very cool.
Love it.
And again, it keeps the UI keeps evolving, but it keeps looking fresh.
Yeah.
Because we have such a good art team. Mike, do you think that we should bring the art team on to like showcase their work sometime?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like maybe
next month
I like that.
or the month after. When is it?
No, I think next month seems like the best idea.
Next month would be a fun time.
That would be a really fun time. We've got some cool stuff coming that month too, like my birthday.
Oh yeah, we should do a birthday stream.
We should not do a birthday stream. It doesn't need to be about me, except when I get Paragon.
Yeah.
That part is about me. I'm excited. But that's about us, because we worked hard for it together.
Yeah.
All right, diving back in. Sorry, this coffee is... Woo. Again, it's going to go as far as not just letting you know who to pick for quests and fights and things like that, but also when you're looking at your champ screen to who to level up, you know that someone gets a boost for that 3 months. So I think it's cool. I think it's really, really cool. So the first buffs, they're here. We've got Ex Magica and Magic Thief. Just off the top here, based on the names only, which one's cooler?
Okay. This is very hard. Ex Magica, X-Men, love that.
Sure.
Yes, Mystics.
Agreed.
Love 'em.
But
Definitely
Magic
Ex
Thief
Magica.
is like, we talked about this, it's like a band name, a very good band name. And Ex Magica is like a really good album name, I think.
So Magic Thief's debut album, Ex Magica.
Yeah.
You ain't wrong.
Honestly, though,
What kind of music would Magic Thief
great
make?
question. Summoners, what do you guys think? What kind of music would Magic Thief produce? I mean, my head goes to punk every time, but progressive rock, indie metal, heavy metal from Galaxy.
I think
Yeah, a
they
little
do
bit
like
of
a
everything.
rap metal
A
sort
lot
of
of
thing,
metal
like
in
a
there.
Rage
Yeah,
Against the
okay.
Machine.
I'm on board with.
I
That's
saw
my
folk metal. Folk metal I could definitely see. Someone just
Yeah.
said Metallica.
I like that. They open for Metallica.
Yeah,
now.
they opened for Metallica. There we go.
No, I like it. You guys have good ideas. Thief music. It's just quiet pitter-patter of steps and shadows. All right, so these are your first two buffs. Let's dive in and look at the
stink.
affected champs here. So we're going to take a look at Ex Magicus first. Again, this list is available on playcontestofchampions.com, and we will have these available on our social media in the next couple of days here as well. So taking a look at Ex Magica here are your impacted champions. Now, Mike, how many of these do you have as a 7-star?
Okay, let's do a real quick count. I got
Okay.
Emma.
Yeah.
She's ranked 3.
They're
Emma
teasing
Frost,
this.
not
I
Emma
think they
Stone,
know what
like
they're
I
doing.
keep saying.
No.
But
Yeah.
it makes sense because she becomes hard as stone.
Well, okay,
So that's
diamonds
why
are
I
harder
keep
than
getting
stones.
there.
Diamonds are harder than stones. Okay, I got Emma, Sauron, Colossus, Professor X. Not many from the Mystic side, I don't think. Mojo.
These are your 7 stars?
Yeah, these are just 7 stars.
But you know what? Even
that's
if they're
it.
not 7 stars, they get a boost.
Yeah, so I've got a lot. Most of these 6 stars. Oh, Sorcerer Supreme, I also have her.
Nice. My 7-star roster is Sauron.
For those who are like, what is
Professor
Vega talking
X.
about? There's been some posted
There might have
leaks
been
that
one.
I can't
Gambit.
imagine are
I
accurate.
think that's all I got.
just-
Gambit?
I love
Swag Gambit?
I
mutants.
cannot.
Yeah.
I would
I only
bet
have
that they
6
aren't
7-star
accurate.
champs, 3 mutants. Also,
And I
worth
was
pointing out
wondering
here,
if they're
Destroyer
going to
is
play
on
around
this
with that
list.
today.
Yeah, brand new.
So brand new to the contest, being added right to the tag. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a few coming soons on the list of tags as well.
There are. We don't have a space for them here. I think there's one on each of them.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
So again, looping in now even some of the champion releases being added right into Sagas.
Okay,
Which
so
is-
they're
I want to clear something up.
Yeah.
These are not all champs that are coming as 7 stars.
oh, yeah, guys.
Yeah, like Magic's on here. She's still a 5-star.
Okay.
There's a
and
reason.
is still staying a 5-star.
Rob, can we go to the wide for 1 sec real quick?
Nicely done, Mike.
I saw conspiracy theories immediately. They're like,
Is it because of her?
Ex Magica,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We announced Scarlet Witch as a 7-star for top Alliance Wars.
Yeah.
We're talking about a buff to Nightcrawler. If
Yeah.
you missed that and that's new to you, oh, we're buffing Nightcrawler. And then they see Magic and
Yeah.
they're like, boom, 7-star match. Skip
Yeah.
6, go to 7.
Yeah.
No,
No.
that's
Sorry.
enough.
These guys-
And I get it. I get why you guys drew those conclusions. If only we were that sneaky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
This is awesome. This stream has
So
been
that's your Ex
the
Magica
best.
champ list
in
again.
my opinion. This is
You can
good.
start now. You can start ranking up these champs in preparation for it right away.
I mean, if you want, but also don't forget, like some of these rewards
Yeah.
are going to help you rank up these champs. And that's kind of one of the benefits
great call.
of Sagas. I saw someone earlier say, oh, but we have to rank up Saga champs to be able to do content. Yeah, maybe. One, remember, they already got a boost, so that's going to help a lower ranked champion. But 2, Saga Sigstones, Saga rank up gems are specifically for these champs. And I know we haven't really gotten to that part yet, but
Yeah.
like, I just wanted to, don't go ranking people up right away just because we said so. Take a minute, wait, watch the rest of the stream. We'll explain some more stuff for you.
So the opposite of what I said.
The opposite of what he said.
Yeah, don't listen to me.
Yeah, wait at least an hour.
I barely even go here. I'm just a little Paragon baby over here.
Yeah.
Shout out to at Kabam Twitch
picturing the
letting me know
Paragon
there's
baby
268 playable champs going into March.
Not counting.
Not
that.
counting Deathless King Group,
Yeah.
who's not
So
playable.
almost
currently.
270.
Almost 270. Should we do
Almost.
another celebration?
No, let's wait till 300.
Yeah, our 250 celebration was just silliness.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, but here we are. It is a great point that you make as well. Sagas, do you need to rank up Sagas champs to get the most out of it? Maybe. But at the same time, Sagas will give you resources to rank up your Saga champs.
Yeah,
and
and that's-
those rank ups and
agree,
level ups
Austin.
carry on
I just would
once
be
it stops as
shocked
well.
for either of the
that's,
champs
one of the
coming as a
benefits
7-star.
giving you resources that you
Now.
can use on champions that maybe
Maybe
aren't the meta champs.
future.
So instead of having to use a resource on, let's say, someone a little bit mid-tier, Professor X. I love Professor X. So
Mid? Yeah, what?
okay, calm down, please.
Justin's
So
right.
to use resources on someone like
Give him the business,
instead of having
Jazz.
to make the choice to use your resources on, say, someone who's a little bit more meta relevant, or someone like Professor X,
Yeah,
and then
gems.
you have this rank up gem that can be used on Professor X, you can do that. Professor X is underrated. I don't know why I said him. He's the first one that came to mind. I'm sorry, everyone.
You're going to get raked across the coals
I
for that
know.
one.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive back in. Let's reset the cycle here.
Yeah.
Get him, Jack, says Vega. No. It's okay. Let's move along here. So this is your Magic Thief roster. Again, let's make this abundantly clear. We are talking about Mike and my specific 7-star rosters. This does not mean that everyone here is going to be a 7-star. Who do you have on this list as a 7-star? For me, I've got Elsa Bloodstone and Red Goblin.
How cool does King Groot
I've
look?
got, I think, I definitely have Bullseye and Gore.
Jerk.
Adam
Oh,
Warlock.
double jerk.
Yeah, Adam Warlock.
Yeah.
Did he say he has
Cersei a
bullseye?
7-star? Do I have a 7-star Cersei? I don't know. I have fewer of these for sure. But like I
he's
have
already got Serpent.
a fully ascended and ranked up Kate Bishop and Baron Zemo. I have a lot of really annoying defenders.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of really annoying defenders.
Yeah.
Bright XR just pulled Elsa as their 4th 7-star. It might have been my 4th or 5th as well. Someone said I had bad 7-star luck. I like my 7-star roster.
Jabari Panther. I forgot Jabari Panther.
Never forget. Yeah, I mean, even though my 7-star roster is small, love Elsa, love Hitmonkey on my top of my roster as well. But again, this is where people are getting defender boosts, right?
Yeah.
So we have all the information about these specific boosts. They're available. They will continue to be available. We'll make them more available so you guys can dive in and plan all of your nitty-gritty actual strategies for things. And I think it's going to be fantastic for you guys. But again, like when I look at my Elsa and my Hitmonkey, I don't ever really put them on defense. So I think this is going to bring some relevancy for me specifically. to put people on defense and inspire me to do so that I normally wouldn't. And again, also worth pointing out, Serpent is right here as well on this boost list, looping him right into Sagas right off the hop here, hitting the ground running with that Serpent. Hey, did you guys know Serpent's name? He looks so cool, and he's got a big hammer, but his name is Carl Borzen. That's just...
Yes, I did know that.
That's just...
Because you couldn't stop laughing at it yesterday.
It's just not a tough name, you know?
I do not have a 7-star Cersei. I made that up.
I want to apologize to everyone out there who might be also named Carl Borson, and if you guys are feeling pretty upset about it,
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
2 people across the world are very upset.
Funny name. Okay, let's go back. So here's your look at Magic Thief. If you want to screenshot this, you can. Again, this will be available on our social media accounts, so go check those out.
It's gonna be some rough defenders,
the
boys.
artist formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. This will be available in most of those locations in the next few days here. Go and check them out. Why is auto mod blocking call?
I don't know. That's weird.
That's super weird. All right. So I'm looking forward to a lot of these. I also have a Gore up there. He is already a nightmare on defense, so this will make him even more nightmarish. Moving on. So let's dive into some of the content that's coming to Sagas and how it's all tying together. This is stuff that we've already talked about. So we've got themed battleground seasons, right? We've announced the tactics for the next season.
Yeah.
And they kind of synergize very well with the X Magicka and Magic Thief tags, which I think is going to be really cool. I'm already seeing people in our content creator program coming together and kind of identifying the overlap and the boosts and things happening behind the scenes with those nodes, those meta approaches and things like that. I think that's awesome. We've talked a lot about these game-wide boosts, the attack and health boost for all of the champs, plus the tag and the associated benefits there. And we have the Magic Heist. The Magic Heist is already active, started on Wednesday. If you win 6 fights with the right champions, basically, if you are Paragon and above, you can complete 2 daily objectives. So if you are winning 6 fights with 7-star champs, you're going to get this done in 5 minutes a day. You have 1 built-in day of forgiveness.
Yeah.
What's the actual word?
I already forgot.
What's the word? Not a mercy day. Wiggle room day. Someone help me.
You got 1 day. You can miss 1 day.
Leeway? Grace. Grace.
Insurance.
You got 1
Leeway,
day.
yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Jesus.
Words are hard.
What's wrong with us?
I don't know. It's been a long month. I'm excited it's March. So the Magic Heist is...
It is hard to sit and talk like that. It's so many
Magic
tries.
Heist is currently available. Let's dive into why the Magic Heist is super important.
Huge thank you, Ozfan.
First and foremost, very cool thing. Have we done this before? Have we given an energy boost where the recharge time is doubled?
I actually don't think so. I think it's the first time ever doing something specifically for story or like quest energy. I know in the past we've like shortened Alliance Quest or Alliance War energy timers. But then we made a permanent change to those. We haven't done that since either. So I think this is the first time we've ever done something like this.
Yeah. I think it's pretty rad. It was a hot topic early in February, the energy availability. So now you got double all the way to March 20th. So get in there. Complete any content you want. 6 and 7-star only arena. So again, that is the basis of Magic Heist. You're going to want to go in there. You're going to want to finish 2 matchups, 6 fights. If you're using 7 stars, if you're Paragon and above, you're clearing that. It's going to be beautiful. We do have vanity ranked rewards. You can see in the top right there, that is a Kingpin reward. It'll be the top, there's different variations of it for the top of the charts. The ranked rewards. Okay, it's good, I fixed it. And then with all of these fights, we're doing something else that's brand new and exciting. We're doing raffle tickets. So every single time you complete one of these daily solo objectives, not only are you contributing to the rewards and the solo event, but you're also getting an entry into the raffle. We are going to draw 10 7-star serpents and 100 6-star serpents, and those will just go to accounts. You don't have to go into the daily arena grind. You want to get in there daily anyways to get through this event, but you don't have to do every single one, which I think is wicked. So let's take a look because there's some important things that we want to point out on this reward chart itself. So Inferno Crystal Selectors are very cool. It's essentially a nexus for rank up materials, which I think is pretty rad. And we started doing that, was that in the Legends event? last summer.
I think so.
Last fall.
Yeah.
Which is great. Very, very cool. So now we're calling out that there's Nightcrawler runestones.
Yeah.
And you want to get all of these, especially if you want that 7-star Nightcrawler. We'll dive in to exactly where you're going to get all of those runestones shortly, so don't worry about that. And then you're also going to see things for the first time, Saga rank up gems and Saga Sig stones. They're at milestone 20. When you have 20 points, technically that's milestone 10. You're going to get a 6-star Saga 3 to 4 rank up gem, Saga Sig stones, and then at the very end, the final item is a 6-star Saga 4 to 5 rank up gem, which is bonkers. Again, these are Saga specific items, so you can use these in this Saga specifically on anyone tagged with either Saga tag.
Yeah, so I've seen some questions, forums, and other places. These items don't expire once the saga is over, but they also are still only usable on the champions that have these specific saga tags. So next saga, you won't be able to use, X Magicka, Magic Thief saga items on, I forget what the next one, we're not even going to talk about.
Well, that's a good thing you forgot, because if you would have just told everyone.
Yeah, I would have ruined everything. You won't be able to use it on the next saga champs. But they also don't expire. I saw someone ask a question about, at the end of the saga, do these champs lose those Sig stones, lose those Sigs, lose those ranks? No, it is permanent. You can use them on those champs. If you get a rank up, like the 6-star rank saga rank 4 to 5 gem, and you don't have a champ that you want to use it on right now, you can hold on to it until you get a champ with the saga tag that you want to use it on. So I want to use it on Domino. I don't have a Domino yet.
Good.
I can hold on to it. No, Domino's my first 6-star. So I've had Domino a long time.
I don't want you to have Domino.
Domino's the best. I love her. And also, she's already rank 5.
And Domino also breaks the game in our
so
dev
many
team
ways, and that's
is
kind of
so upset about it all the time.
I kind of love that.
I think it's hilarious.
But yeah, no, you will be able to use these for as long as you need to. Hold on to them as long as you want. I suggest using them. You got them. Why not use them? But you'll only be able to use it on the exact champs that were part of that saga, not on the next saga. And the ranks and SIGs remain after this.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Again,
that's what I mean. It is extra rewards that help you. You get more benefit to champs that you might not use.
Yeah.
It lets you rank up champs that maybe you don't want to use resources on regularly. So yeah.
Yeah, these are all additive, right?
Yeah,
this is on top of everything that you're already getting. Nothing's
one of the
getting
reasons
taken
why
away.
I'm so
We're just
excited
giving you
about this.
more.
Yeah.
I wanted to shout out Golden Hawk Plays 228 for their absolute impatience in getting to the giveaway here. We'll get there. If you guys are here and hanging out and you want to win stuff, we'll give it to you at the end here. Not all of you. We'll give it to 6 of you at the end here.
Yeah.
Just a little patience. This is fun stuff. We're getting into why the contest is changing and how.
Yeah, Steve, essentially that, and fell. Oh, big agree.
So
and
this
I'm
is
sure
new
P-Dub's
content.
left, but
this is stuff that we haven't shown you yet, and some that we won't even fully be showing you right now. But we do want to showcase that there will be things like challenge objectives. There will be monthly Paragon challenge objectives to use X Magicka specific champions. The Paragauntlet, I think one of the coolest things we've added to the game in the last little while. I've never gotten there, just became Paragon, still can't get through Thronebreaker sometimes, but I'll get there eventually. So if you complete them with X Magicka specific champions, there will be challenge rewards for you.
Yeah.
There will also be Everest content objectives. So the first one will be tied to Winter of Woe, X Magicka tag champions, and a specific challenge there. So again, just how is all of this tied together, and where do we see the thread of Saga?
Yeah.
And it's like, our team is full of really smart, really talented, really passionate people, and you can see the care that they're putting into this concept. And I think it's one of our biggest changes, one of our most well thought out changes as well.
I agree with that too.
You go.
So the part that right there that said to be announced, it's going to be announced today. Just head over to our blog after the stream. It'll be in the release notes. We just don't want to dedicate a lot of time to it on the stream right now, but it's more challenge content coming later.
And we'll be giving you more details about it on our end as we get a little closer to it. That's going to land, I believe, in mid-March.
We will definitely go and look at that
Again,
after
the forums are a great resource
if I forget,
for that type of stuff.
Remind me. I definitely want to see that.
Our game is massive.
Yeah.
Our community is massive, and it's interesting because everyone has their own specified preferred way to interact, which makes it tough, and that means that we communicate across a whole myriad of different things. I'm glad. I always enjoy seeing we put out information and then the community themselves share it with their friends and share it with their alliances. I think it's awesome. All right, so that will be the new, to be announced soon content. Excuse me. And this is going to be the location of the final piece of Deathless King Groot. Now, if you're keeping track at home, technically, the final piece is Winter of Woe because it's the final one you can acquire, but it's not the final one that we've announced. So it's there. The final unannounced piece will be a part of this new content.
Yeah.
You look scared. What's happening? Are you reading the chat?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about our socks right now.
Are they being weird?
Yeah, apparently you're not supposed to wear white socks anymore.
What?
But then someone else is saying our socks, my socks are on point. You got a lot of compliments on your socks too.
The
don't worry.
Nuggies?
Yeah, Jax's, they live in Vancouver. Like, I
love
would
that,
see this daily
you were
walking the
completely
streets of San
distracted and
Francisco. I
derailed by
think this
chat
is
talking about socks.
a location
It
sort
stopped
of
the whole
thing.
show.
I know.
Thank you, Summoners, for
Sorry.
noticing. So that will be announced soon. There will also be an Incursions Challenge sector. To the best of my knowledge, and I talked to the game team about this yesterday, they are targeting later in the saga for this. Again, with a little bit of desire to have some wiggle room on where that's going to be shifted. There is something new, a new Sector 7 challenge, which will only allow Ex-Magicka tag champions to be used. So, Incursions is not everyone's cup of tea. It's not everyone's favorite thing. Mike, am I going to have to spend the entire month grinding away in Incursions?
I mean, it depends on how good you are at them. Something to keep in mind is that although it's a Sector 7 challenge, I think we said it's tuned closer to Sector 6.
It's the exact same tune.
Because you have to use Ex-Magicka champions, which is a little bit more restricting. But something to bring up here. Although, like, there's a lot of great new rewards here, and everyone's going to be getting a lot more and a lot more value for everything that they do, there's going to be some aspects, like, you might have to do some content that you don't normally do. And especially, like, if you want the 7-star Nightcrawler, you have to do a lot of content. It's a chase item for a reason. Like, it's not going to be easy to get, but it is 100% earnable, and that's the important part.
Just by playing. Yeah. And I love what John came on a while ago and said that he really wants to kind of dedicate a lot more of our in-game rewards to, you can earn these.
Yeah.
If you're good at the game and you're playing it a lot, you're going to get out there and you're going to earn these yourself. And I love that. So this is another example of that. Now, when we say things that are chase, it means you're going to be spending time running after them.
Yeah.
That means that they're, in a sense, at the same time, aspirational.
Yes.
Many will want these things. Many will try.
And some will fail.
Some will fail.
Yeah.
It's not going to just be easy enough that we hand it to you, but we'll dive more into where you're going to get all of this stuff for the Nightcrawler 7-star on further in the slide. I just wanted to say hey to Sake NJKE, who's tuning in from Kazakhstan, which is pretty cool. So that is some of the new content coming with Sagas. That's what you have to look forward to this and more. As we said, this is unannounced, and we'll continue our regular cadence of communication. If you want all of the most specific details, you've got the blog on playcontestofchampions.com, as well as the forums where we continuously update things and let them know. Cool. Speaking of narrative ties, let's talk about the event quest. And can you say narrative ties real quick?
Narrative ties.
Speaking of narrative ties, let's talk about your event quest and side quest for the month. Let's showcase how Sagas is going to influence the story in our game. So let's dive into our event quest. Very cool, Rob. Rob running the show behind the board, making it all come together, making all these cool graphics.
Look at the glow on the Destroyer.
Look at the parallax. Whoa! The Serpent and the Destroyer, everyone. All the power and fury of some of the most fearsome foes from Asgard have come for the potential represented by the World Tree. Called Borzen, the Serpent has brought powerful armor known as the Destroyer, and he shall not stop in his pursuit of power. The contest needs a hero. It needs saving. It needs someone nuts enough to step toe to tippy toe with
Hey!
a god. Luckily for us, Squirrel Girl is on the case. Make sure you're feeling unbeatable before you face down the Snurpin and the Destroyer. Very cool. That looked cool, Rob. Again, shout out to Rob behind the board, Rob and Finn, our production team, everyone else working on that side of things. Making these things look polished as heck.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. We look borderline professional.
Yeah.
And then
Borderline.
borderline.
Yeah.
Border.
Line.
There it is. Line. Okay, let's dive right back into things for your side quest, and we'll give you a little more details. Ooh. Calling all summoners, Null's army has launched a spontaneous attack on the mutants of the Battle Realm, hoping to add to his collection of powerful monstrosities. By using the symbiotes, he aims to claim our beloved Krakoan heroes for use in his own cruel machinations. Come on. Luckily, you're not alone. Nightcrawler, Magic, and Scarlet Witch have teamed up and are ready to show that mutants and mystics have their own form of symbiosis. They've devised a plan to cut off the head of the snake and take Null and the symbiote threat out for good. Working together is imperative in seeking out any leads that may guide you to Null's refuge. That's Null. You can see his shoulders there. Now, what was that big gem? What's that big gem?
What is that big gem?
That's a new currency, and you guys may have seen it at the top and panicked. I don't know why it resulted in panic, but hey, it's in-game. It's a counter there, but you can't earn any right now. That is called Mysterium. That is a new currency specific to sagas. Now, we are introducing a brand new store called the Trader's Outpost, and that will be available throughout each saga. You're going to spend Mysterium. Basically, the side quest for this month is going to be trials. You have 6 different options to go into, 1 fight per day. You're going to dive in there. Finishing each of these base trials is going to give you a boost that you can then use against the final trial as you go in and fight the big bad boss, Null. Null's going to change up every week, so you're going to have a slightly different kit to fight against, but it's going to be very, very cool. Now, you're going to be earning Mysterium. Mysterium can now be spent in the Trader's Outpost. You're going to earn 2,500, if I'm not mistaken, Mysterium for fighting through a base trial. You're going to earn 12,000 for finishing the boss. Now, double check my work. It's going to be live on the forums at 10 o'clock. So in about 18 minutes, you're going to press the button?
We'll check this too,
I
guys.
appreciate
As soon as
it.
this
So that's all
stream's
gonna be
over,
over
we'll
there.
check those out.
Does everyone remember what trials are? We haven't done one of these in a while.
Yeah, I didn't know that this was a thing we'd already done. You want to dive into trials and then I'll go back to Mysterium?
Yeah, trials, super cool, super easy to understand. Seems more complex than it is. There's 6 quests. You finish each quest, and you gain a boost. And you use those boosts on the 7th quest. Sorry, I should have said there's 7 quests. On the 7th day.
Yeah.
And use those boosts, boost up your champs. You're going to take down Null. They make you more powerful, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We haven't done those in a while.
Pretty straightforward. And you're going to start earning this Mysterium. Now, the Mysterium store / the Trader's Outpost is going to have a number of bundles. Some of them are going to be very Saga specific. The store is going to reset weekly for those items. So that means you can dive in there and clear out the store. Again, you get, I think, 27,000 if you're fully participating in in the side quest. And you can go in there, clear out the store. It resets every week. Bundles of items together, which is really cool. And you will also have rune stones there. So while all of the bundles reset weekly, the rune stones reset monthly. And you're going to want to make sure to get all of those if you're chasing that 7-star champion.
Okay.
I think that's everything that you need to know. Again, more details about the side quest, exactly the details about what's going to be available in the Mysterium store, the Trader's Outpost, either or. That information will all be available on the forums in 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. Sweet! All right.
It actually felt like it made a lot of sense.
That's your event quest. Again, you can see the narrative ties pulling in specific champions that are highlighted in sagas, that sort of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. Are the Outpost bundle rewards based on story progression from APT YR77? Yes, indeedy. There's a different store for each and every, not each and every, the low end, you got to hit a certain space. But there is a Valiant store. Brand new goodies for those Valiant pals.
Yep. And this is no different than our regular side quests. Like, side quest stores have been separated by progression level for quite some time. So this is just a more permanent version of that. Instead of, like, I know that new currencies isn't new. We do this quite often when it comes to our side quests. This is just something that's more permanent.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really cool. It's awesome. It's another tie, right? Like you said, we have so many stores. Shout out to the candy shop, because it was my favorite one to talk about. But it seemed like we had a lot of different side quests that had different currencies and had their own specific stores, and this is going to be another way that we're kind of bringing together and creating a lot of cohesion across the entire game with the introduction of Sagas, which is rad. So again, if you guys are hanging out and you're looking for that giveaway, it will be happening at the end of the show. Stick around for it. What's
Should we
up?
there's a lot of people asking about 8.4.
Do you want to tell them now?
Yeah, it's not coming this month. It's not coming this month.
No, I don't think we've ever suggested that it would.
No, these have a regular cadence. There's, it doesn't.
We talked about this on the last stream.
Yeah.
If you guys were paying attention to like the space and time between each of us it's just continuing that.
But is it coming in April?
Maybe.
Maybe if you count, it'll tell you the answer.
We don't read notes.
I'll tell you this.
We definitely don't pay attention
We're
to
going to do a launch day
cadence.
stream for 8.4. We're going to talk to the people working on it. We're going to get ready.
Yeah.
We're going to hype everyone up. And then as soon as it's live, boom, right into the game soon. Shout out to S2205. 8.4 is canceled.
8.4
Pack
is
it
not,
up.
8.4 is not canceled.
Look, I can tell on Mike's face it's April. Look at my face. Now ask me if it's April.
Is it April?
I think that tells you all you need to know. All right, let's dive back into Sagas here. All right. So these are what does Sagas mean to rewards? New content means new rewards. This is all additive. I think it's very important that you all realize that we're not taking things from other places and shifting them into Sagas. Sagas is bringing you new content, which means new things to do, which means new rewards. And it also means new rewards in the sense of rewards you've not seen before. So we've already talked a little bit about this as well, especially on the forums. We laid out all the details, but there is a Master Alliance War themed rewards. We announced the Queen herself, Miss Scarlet Witch, as
Wanda.
a 7-star champ chase for the top of the table, as our European friends would say, right? Top of the table. That's not what we use in North America, but hey, that one was for you, Fenton. We also have the Saga champ items that we've discussed. Again, the rank up gems and the Sig stones. And these rune stones contributing to a guaranteed 7-star champion, right? These rune stones. It's going to be a 7-star each month, each saga? Probably. Again, we can only commit to what we know 100% right now. We'd like to give you guys ideas of timelines and how concrete they are, how likely they are to shift, that sort of stuff. We basically want to make sure that we're as clear with you guys as we possibly can. So this month, in the future, likely.
Yeah.
But things can change. And,
As we know it right now, that is what we know. But
Exactly.
yes, things change.
4
Timelines
months from
change.
now, whoa,
Yeah.
everything could shift.
Yeah. Well, also, we definitely want to see how.
All I've seen, all that my brain has forecasted, my super powerful Paragon brain has forecasted. This is cool. This is some really cool stuff. So let's talk about these rune stones a little bit more. The Saga Rune Stone Champ. So this is for Nightcrawler, you guys. Now, if you've missed some stuff, you might be sitting there thinking, Nightcrawler's so mid. Ugh. Why would I want to chase a Nightcrawler, even if he is a 7-star that I can earn completely for free for playing the game? Well, we're going to be buffing him. More about that in a second here. So you're going to collect a lot of these runestones across different modes, and if you miss any, of course, there will be the option to find additional runestones in offers. This is for a 100% earnable copy of a 7-copy earnable. Why is that? Whatever. 100% who wrote this? I did. 100% earnable 7-star Nightcrawler if you're Paragon and above. So if you have 10 runestones, you can collect a 5-star Nightcrawler. If you have 30 runestones and you're Conqueror and above, you can get a 6-star. If you are a Paragon and above, you will have access to 120 runestones, which will get you a 7-star Nightcrawler. Now, where are we going to get all these runestones? Here's where you're going to get all of them. March, April, May side quests. We talked about it. Go to the Trader Depot. That resets monthly. You can buy 10 of them. That will be available to Conqueror and above. Now, the first half of the Magic Heist, right, those daily objectives, that's also available to Conqueror and above. That's going to get you another 5. Now, if you're Paragon, you get the additional daily one, which means you get further through the solo event, which means you get additional runestones, which means you have access to more. Then, we've got things like the Paragauntlet Challenge for March, April, and May. Again, that's not easy for me. For some people, they're like, oh, it's so easy. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I need a little of what you got on your roster. Battlegrounds, season 16, 17, and 18. You're going to want to finish that victory track. You're going to want to hop up into Gladiator Circuit. And then we've talked about the May Incursions Challenge, targeting May, like we said, later in the Saga. You're going to get 20 there as well. Where? I don't know. But likely just from the milestones for playing it. So, again, some important things to point out here. We said that this was going to be a challenge. This was not going to be easy. This is going to require engagement from across the game. However, I do think it's important to point out that this does not require heavily alliance-featured game modes.
Yes.
You can do this alone. If you're in an alliance and they don't want to chase this, but you do, no need to go find a different alliance.
Yeah. It's going to be like we said earlier, it's a challenge. We're not going to hand out 7-star Nightcrawler. It is something that is 100% earnable, but does not mean easy.
We would never hand out a free 7-star, except later in the stream.
Also, we just did for Valentine's Day.
And we just did for Valentine's Day.
Because that's what Valentine's is
And
about.
also...
Love. Yeah. But yeah, I'm seeing like people like, BG objectives. Yeah, we want you to have to, move around, try different game modes. Again, having these boosts to these champs, hopefully to entice you to try to use them more. It's not meant to be easy. It's not going to be easy.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
If I didn't want to play Battlegrounds, is there another way that I could get other runestones?
Earnable? No. There are ways, like we'll have some available in daily deals and stuff if you want to catch up. But again, that is supposed to be optional. This is supposed to be earnable. If you want to get him
Absolutely love this.
100% just by playing, it's really easy. You just have to play the game.
Love this.
It's not easy, but it's all available to you
It's
just for playing
supposed
the
to
game.
be approachable.
Yes.
It's approachable. Now, whether or not it's easy to execute and achieve, but you can walk right up to it. You know what I mean? It's all right there.
Yeah.
I see a lot of pushback about Battlegrounds from some people.
Yeah.
It's a
Truly
competitive
love
mode
this.
in a
We'll talk
largely
more,
not
so I don't want to
competitive
talk over
game,
them
and
too
we've
much.
seen
We'll
the
talk
growing
more
pains
after
with
the
it. We've
stream's
seen people
over.
come around to understanding I can't win everything, and that's different from the rest of the game. So I understand that Battlegrounds is not everyone's favorite thing, but at the same time, it's a game mode, and it's again, this is meant to be a chase. This is meant to be aspirational. This will not be for every single person to easily waltz through. You're going to have to work for it. You're going to earn it. And honestly, earning free stuff feels way better than the alternative.
Yeah.
But that's what we're looking at. Now, hey, Mike.
So,
Why do I want a mid 7-star? He's so mid Nightcrawler. He's so mid. Why do I even want him?
well, what's funny about this is there were already people saying it would be really great to have a 7-star Nightcrawler
They did say that.
while
true.
we were working on a new buff to Nightcrawler.
Whee!
So that's why you want Nightcrawler.
Slide. Let's show that Nightcrawler quick snip. Handing
you.
things over to the legend karate Mike.
Our martial arts enthusiast,
Yeah.
Karate Michael.
Show us.
Nightcrawler can swap his stance with a light ending combo and gain prowess while dodging attacks. His second medium attack pauses these prowess and grants a precision passive. This slippery guy still can't easily be struck by attacks while dodging back, and he has a 100% chance to inflict an instant bleed each time he crits. Have you updated yet? Well, you should. Nightcrawler's new kit is waiting for you with the March update.
So that's your quick snip, as I've started to call it, mostly just internally. But that's your first look at the buff to Nightcrawler. I talked to Karate Mike, the legend himself, and he said, hey, Nightcrawler's buff is going to make him pretty darn solid dual-use champion in Battlegrounds. He's much more potent on attack now, keeping his unique evade window and gaining easy access to a lot of prowesses, big crits, and instant bleeds. On top of that, he even got a little tougher to fight on defense. And then he added, sorry, and he made, can you make the face so that everyone knows the face? Yeah, that one,
No, I can't.
He made the face like that one.
The crooked face.
The crooked, the little. So that's your first look at new Nightcrawler stuff. I believe we're going to have a spotlight available for him to show off.
The spotlight's already up, actually.
Oh, spotlight's already up.
Anyone who's been paying attention might have already seen what to expect.
Yeah.
But like that was the first video content anyone's seen of him for sure.
Yeah. So that's very, very cool. I love what our team's doing. And again, this ties into Saga. Hey, Mike, does this mean we're going to get a buff champ for every Saga?
I wish.
Yeah. I wish that our team had that many people and that much time and that much capacity, as we call it, internally. But we can't guarantee that.
I don't think capacity is only an internal term. I think a lot of people know what capacity is.
But I'm sure there's at least one person out there. Hands up if you didn't know what capacity was. Someone just put your hand up, please.
Nobody put your hand up.
Someone put your hand up, please.
Nobody put your hand
just
up.
Just one person.
Don't do it.
Someone.
Please don't do
I
it.
need you. Them. Dark
Okay.
Champ. Thank you, Dark Champ 732. Hands up. See, they didn't know. Whatever.
Okay.
So that's your first look at Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler's getting a shiny new coat of paint. Not literally though, because he's not visually changing. I guess
No, he looks cool. He's always
looked cool. Also, when they internally they were like, "Hey, we're gonna buff Nightcrawler," I was like, "Why? Fighting against him hurts me." We sit side by side, and if I'm playing, I'm like, "How do I?" And you have to explain it to me like
every time,
every 2 weeks,
every time how to get him to
such
switch
a pain
his mode.
in the booty. So that's Nightcrawler's first look at their little buff, and I think it's rad. Okay, let's dive in. Do we have more on our slide? We have more on our slideshow. That's not all. Look at it. Is that it? Hold on.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. Look at this awesome Battlegrounds background. So this, our actual framework for our overlay for our stream is based off of this now. But it's the first time that we've really changed the art for the Battleground landing page. We're tying it all into Sagas. It looks very cool. So it's behind the text. We're not flipping it over. It's behind the text. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's just one more way that you're going to feel Sagas across the entire thing. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm really looking forward to Sagas because I think giving so many positive things to the community is going to be great for my mental health. So that's that. And now, do we have any questions? I know that Kabam Twitch ED has been pulling some cues, which are awesome. We've got small scale 65. Again, if you're watching anywhere else, we're here at twitch.tv/Kabam. That's where you can interact with us and ask your questions and have them read on the stream if we think they're good questions. And you could be just like small scale 65. Be like small scale 65, everyone who says, are Sagas a forever edition?
That's how we planned them.
That's how we planned them.
Yeah,
As
this
always,
is the future.
We continue to monitor how things go, what the reaction to things are. We talk about this on these streams. It's one of the great things about them that we can peel back the curtain a little bit and show things behind the scenes here. There's two things that come to mind in my head about the considerations for Sagas being a forever change. Is the impact on the community positive? Do people enjoy them? And is it sustainable internally? Now that's something that we don't really talk about anywhere else except these streams, especially when we bring in our game team. You have seen these humans, you know that they're just humans, they're people. They're passionate about their work and I love them for it. They put in so many hours and so much blood, sweat, and tears into what they do. But there's only so many of them. And we think that Sagas, to my understanding, should allow for that creative process to continue at a maintainable clip. So there are plans for about a year of this.
Yeah.
And the team will continue to evaluate, and if they want to make more changes, they will. That's how we got here with Sagas, evaluating where we were at and deciding where we can make cool changes.
Yeah, we're already looking at next year's champ releases and how some of those tie into some of the Sagas that we'd already planned for next year.
Yeah.
So that's really cool, I think. Tied in more of our content to Sagas.
Yeah. Your boy Galaxy, shout out to Galaxy, says, is there a max to Mysterium that an account can hold?
I don't have that answer. Do you?
I don't have that answer. I imagine there has to be, as any holdable currency does, but I will tell you that it's not really worth hoarding.
Yeah.
Because you have purchase limits on the store, and they reset each week. It is in your best interest to clear out the store, allow it to reset, and do it again the next week. You can earn, I think, 27,000 per week Excuse me, and you're going to want to utilize that as best you possibly can. But we'll have that launched next Wednesday with this side quest, so you guys can dive in and see if it's worth sticking.
Oh, we got an answer. 50,000 is the Mysterium cap.
There we go. Because you can earn 27 a week.
Yeah.
27,000. You max out at 50.
27,000?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You earn 2,500 for clearing a base trial this month. 12,000 for clearing a boss trial.
Got it.
Yeah. Those are the numbers I was given anyways. Okay, let's pull in a question here from Jaden Blue. If we don't make it, are all those runes transferable to the next saga? So if I only get halfway through my chase to my 7-star Nightcrawler, do I automatically want to cash in for 6-star, or can I transfer them to the next one?
I don't think you can transfer them. These are Nightcrawler runestones. Like, again, that's what the chase is for this specific saga, and then next saga will have a different one.
Yeah. I think it's important also to point out that this is very new and very large. So we're going to try and get you all of the answers. Realistically, we don't know 100% of things, especially when we talk about this often. The further we go out, the less we have to concretely tell you. So we're going to, again, try and give you not only an answer, but the context to how certain we are and if things will change. Let me pull in some more questions from earlier. Will there always be an associated 7-star champion with sagas, says Nslain9. I think we touched on this a little bit. That's the intention as of now, but again, things can always change. We're going to continue to evaluate. We always are. I found it kind of funny in the forums. We had Crashed hop in and provide some really deep context on some stuff, and then someone else started a thread and was like, they're listening, they're finally reading our messages. I was like, we read all of your messages, so many of them, and so many of them are hurtful. But no, we're always paying attention to the conversations in the community. We're looking at things like social media. We're looking at our own forums.
It feels like it's starting to drag a little bit.
Avenues. We're talking to people who have other people in their
Still
communities.
been a great stream.
We're paying attention. We're going to continue to evaluate how sagas land and what that 7-star chase is like, and likely anticipate seeing more of them. Yeah. Anything to add?
No, I think that's about right.
I was hoping you'd buy me time so I could read another question here. What'd you eat for breakfast?
I don't eat breakfast. You know this.
Nothing. How dare you?
I had coffee and there's water. I have water.
Let's pull in a question from McLaurencer. Does the Saga boost stack with a regular in-game boost? Mike?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. That's another one that I think is at best to our knowledge.
Yeah.
Do you feel confident locking that in 100%?
I am pretty confident in that, yeah.
Okay.
There was another question earlier asking about how the boost interacts with the recoil masteries.
Yeah,
and
from
it does,
Memosaurus Rex.
Yes, so it does interact the same way as regular boost right now. I know that that's kind of a negative to some people. That said, we have had internal conversations start about how that interaction happens. I have no promises. I don't know any more than that, but that's all I can say right now.
I want to pull in a great question here from Pathian15, who says, Jackson, Mike, what do you think about the X-Men 97 series? Are you looking forward to it?
So excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a big part of my childhood.
Yeah.
One of my first games was an X-Men game. I think it was an arcade port on my Game Gear, which if you're young out there, you don't know how good you got it with your little light switches. This thing was like 18 pounds, and I'm like 6 years old, like doing curls with it. It took 6 AA batteries.
Yeah, remember when we had to have batteries for stuff?
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to X-Men 97. I saw someone in the forum say, hey, is anyone going back to rewatch the original series? Because my understanding is it's a continuation. Like it picks up right where the other one ended, which is wild.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys remember how the last one ended.
It's not a happy ending. I gotta step out for a minute.
It's not a happy ending.
I'm gonna use this as my break, and I'll come back. If anything crazy happens, let me know in the chat. I will be back in just a minute or two.
So I'm excited to see how that could actually continue.
Hey, do we have anything cool around that time?
Something that you might want to watch, like our YouTube channel for? Is that what you're thinking? Yeah. Yeah,
we got some cool stuff.
Yeah, we got some cool stuff.
Visually for you guys to engage with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Keep an eye on we're often pumping out some awesome social media content. So check out the artist formerly known as Twitter. Check out Facebook, Instagram. We've got some cool stuff coming everywhere, as well as on the YouTubes. Let's pull in a couple more questions here, and then what do you say we do a giveaway?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Did you press the button on the side quest?
Yep, already done.
Goodness.
So
if you guys want all of the details on the side quest and to see what's available in the Trader's Outpost, aka the Mysterium store, aka the coolest stuff, aka get it, go check the forums now. And if there's any mistakes, I worked really hard and I'm trying. Just let me know and I'll fix it. Okay, what else we got here? Again, shout out to @Kabam TwitchED for pulling in all of these questions. Will the 7-star... this is a great question from Thanks Crossing, THX Crossing. Will the 7-star Chase champs be introduced into Titans or Basics eventually, like after the next Saga is introduced? Will we see them in other areas of the game?
Eventually, probably. I can say eventually for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what that timeline looks like. It will not be soon after. Like we want to make sure you get these champs and they remain like kind of special and exclusive for at least a little while.
Yeah, when we brought on John to talk about 7 stars coming to the game, and there was the hush fell over the crowd as everyone was really nervous. One of the great things that I think John really wanted you to remember is that we are providing very unique pathways to specific champions. So instead of pulling from a pool that has hundreds of champions, we're giving you things like the Loyalty Crystal. We're giving you things like the Titan Crystal, which aren't meant to say, here are the best champions, but it's to say, hey, if I wanted a specific champion, now I have a 1 in 6 chance and a clear path towards chasing them. This is another continuation of that. If you want a 7-star Nightcrawler, you know exactly where to go to get it, and we're trying to make it as streamlined as possible for you to get something very, very specific. Now, I want to clear up a couple of things in chat because I see it, and I see it constantly. Calling out for your favorite champ, calling out for a buff, asking for 8.4, all of those things, love the energy. We're not going to be talking about any of those just yet. More information will come about all of those things over time. Relics I see get asked about occasionally. People are working on them. That's what I can say to you. People are working on them. So I feel like we hit a lightning round really well there. Okay. Any of these questions calling to you?
I think we've actually answered a lot of them. Some of them I just don't have answers for right now.
Yeah. Again, this is new and it's big, and we're giving you almost all the information that we have. There's going to be lingering questions. There's going to be uncertainties. I hope we've satiated any of the concern side of those, just looking for specific details. But I hope you all understand the benefits and the very, very cool things that are coming with Saga, and what you have to look forward to.
And please ask them in the forums. It gives us time to go get those answers for you the best we can. We'll never have answers to absolutely everything, but that is probably the best place for you to ask these questions because we will try to get them for you.
Also seeing questions about masteries. No information yet. Colbor's son.
Did you see everyone making fun of how you said serpent that one time?
When I said snurpin?
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
It's an actual thing. Like,
it's a whole thing that
Jax
I'm stuck
has
on.
trouble saying the word serpent.
It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it.
It's happened a lot.
It's happened many times, and it's not on purpose most of the time. And we're giving away the Destroyer. They're new. They're coming to the contest this March.
Yeah.
Get excited about it. Serpent, let me hit the Cole's notes on why you guys want these champs. Serpent has a hammer.
Yeah.
Destroyer, big and beefy.
Big and beefy.
Now, if you want more details, sit right there, because we're going to throw things back over to the legend Karate Mike, and he's going to tell us. Let's start with Cole Borson, the Snurpant. Go ahead, Mike.
To begin, strike the opponent and push them back towards the wall. Unless the opponent is immune to Cold Snap, you'll want to use your special one. If possible, finish your combo and delay slightly before launching the special to encourage the opponent to block, increasing your burst. Keep in mind, your inexorable passive will make it easier to keep the opponent near their corner. And that true focus buff you gain from special attacks might come in handy for countering miss and evade. From here, just keep launching your special one and building your charges, watching your damage ramp as the fight goes on. Now, if you're fighting an opponent with a lot of armor, you might want to go for special 2s instead. That way, you can take advantage of the increased burst multiplied by the opponent's armor rating. Plus, you'll gain more Hull Force charges and ramp that much faster. And If you take the Serpent questing, you'll notice his persistent dread makes that Fury buff feel a lot juicier. And hey, in a longer fight, you could use your Special 3 to gain your Hour of the Allfather passive, doubling your Cold Force charge and passive Fury gain, making it quicker to ramp, and opening the door to some huge yellow numbers. The Serpent likes to play the long game, so the longer the fight goes on, the more his opponent will be punished.
I just gotta say, before we dive into more things, I'm out of my focus. Stop putting exclamation point serpent in the chat, because that's not how you enter this.
Yeah.
You're spamming it. Twitchy D!
Did I miss anything?
Twitchy D,
Let me know
I
in the
need
chat
you.
if I did.
Can
I
you
don't
ban a
think I
term,
did.
please?
I got
it's not
back
serpent,
just
it's
in
not
time.
serpent, it's none of those things. We'll give you those details in less than 5 minutes, okay? Everyone, settle down. Thank you. We're gonna tell you how to enter in just a second, but first we gotta tell you about the champs.
Yeah.
You needs to know what you're winning. You don't even know. So, what makes the Serpent unique? I said, unique. I said, Karate Mike, tell me all about it. He said, the Serpent has a bunch of really cool mechanics with tons of relevant utility. He has a brand new effect called Inexorable. Inexorable. I'm going to talk to the person on the BCG team that didn't just make that a 2-syllable word.
Yeah.
That's like university level reading, and like I get it, I read it in here and I understand it, but I got to say it to an audience, and I got a bone to pick. Which prevents him from being pushed back by basic attacks. It makes it very easy to keep the opponents in the corner while also being extremely punishing when you're fighting him on defense. Ooh, Rob made this too. It looks so good. I said, hey, Karate Michael, what are they going to provide an answer for out there? Why do people want these guys on their rosters? He said, on top of lots of very relevant immunities and resistances, he gains a pierce effect relatively quickly in the fight, which makes him a very strong counter to that pesky future Ant-Man. On top of that, he really likes to hunt for armor with his special 2, so those tanky tech champions with tons of armor potency can get eaten alive by his special 2. And where do we see Serpent thriving with his beady little yellow eyes and his big old hammer? I think he's going to be super huge pain in the butt on defense pretty much immediately. He has his counters, but he could be exceptionally punishing once the fight starts rolling along. He'll definitely be situationally useful on attack in Battlegrounds, but he really shines in longer content like Necropolis and Incursion style fights where he can ramp up and go pretty crazy. That was a lot of words.
So I want to point out something. A lot of people are talking about his art style, and
What'd they say?
just he looks very different than a lot of
looks
champs
very
we have.
different.
Yeah, and I
Yeah, he
agree.
does.
He looks really cool. He looks very different than any other character in our game. He's got this like Disney villain vibe to him. He looks like
Yeah.
someone from like Beauty and the Beast.
Yep. Game Changer says, "Is me or you look like a bad guy in Mulan?" I'm not intimately familiar with Mulan at this point. I know very short segments of Disney movies.
And like he is still a very accurate representation of what he looks like in the comics.
Yeah.
Anyone who's read like the Fear Itself series might remember him. It's really cool to me. I really love how he still matches our style, but at the same time looks completely different than anything that we've had before. Yeah.
I mean, we talk about it all the time. Art team,
Don't miss.
don't miss. And even when they're trying something new, it still looks really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Again, thank you to Karate Mike for all of that information. Deep dives will be available for the Serpent on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, on our official YouTube page. So if you want all the nitty-gritty detail, go check that out.
Someone said Art Team has True Strike. I like that.
Whoa!
Because they don't miss.
I'm gonna make a shirt. Our team has True Strike. That's sweet. Okay, let's dive into things about the Destroyer. We'll show you everything you need to know about that. The ideal rotation, your first peek. Then we'll fill in a little more details, and then we'll do our giveaway. So if you're chomping at the bit, both are acceptable. We looked it up. No, but both are acceptable. We looked it up.
Yeah, one's wrong.
But both are acceptable because we looked it up.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that information. But for now, we're going to throw things to Jiu-Jitsu Michael. Take it away.
To begin, focus on building your destruction charges by intercepting the opponent and punishing their heavy and special attacks. You'll also gain charges whenever the opponent gains a buff. You could use your special 1 to gain even more charges and refresh your furies by knocking down the opponent. And once you reach 100 charges, you'll gain a power gain passive, granting you 4 bars of power. From here, use your special 3 to inflict your degen passive, then let your power gain continue and launch a monstrous special 2. And if the opponent isn't already knocked out, take advantage of your energize passive to do it again until they are. Now, in a shorter fight, build your charges in the same way. And don't forget, you can destroy any indestructible buffs on the opponent and turn them into rubble. So just keep this rolling until you reach 100 charges. But this time, just launch your special 2 before reaching special 3. And remember, the final 3 hits are unblockable. So, don't be afraid to let it rip.
But just so I don't wonder about that.
So that's your first look at the Destroyer and their ideal rotation, where you're going to get the best from them. If you want to look at the full deep dive, that'll be live on Sunday. Again, Serpent Saturday, Destroyer Sunday, over on our official YouTube page. Go and check those out. Thank you, Karate Mike, for that insight. But that's not all, because Karate Mike had more to say. He said, as always, there are so many unique things about this champ. At first glance, it might seem like just another giant robot incapable of feeling love or other emotions. But it is so much more. Destroyer has lots of interesting utility in its kit to counter a bunch of relevant cosmics. When it attacks an opponent with an indestructible or immortality buff, it destroys that buff and inflicts its opponent with a rubble buff. This also happens when its opponent gains a buff while hitting its block. Continuing along, what did they provide an answer for? Mike said, wow, Jax, I'm so glad you asked. It has interesting tools to deal with buffs, heavy cosmic defenders. With the buff-heavy Cosmic Defenders, you want to bring a Mystic to the fight. It most commonly gains destruction charges when intercepting the opponent or punishing a special, but it also naturally gains them each time the opponent gains a buff. So against matchups where there are tons of natural buffs, it'll ramp up a lot quicker and also benefit from the protection passive, where with a potency based on the amount of buffs on its opponents. And where do we see him most? Look at that big beefy boy. Where do we see Destroyer most? I think it's going to be, says Mike, a very solid dual-use champ in competitive game modes like Battlegrounds and War. He feels very safe, consistent, and effective on attack while having a few tricks to mess up your play on defense as well. That's a lot of words. That was a lot of stuff. That's very deep. I think my comprehension at my current baby Paragon level, 60%. Mike, what'd you pick up from all of that? All of it? 100%?
Most of it. I'm
Nice.
sorry, I got distracted. I was on the forums trying to get our content out, so we're good.
We're good. Everyone's good. We're there.
Yeah.
But I say this all the time. First of all, people asking where's his pants. He's a giant suit of armor, you guys.
Yeah.
He doesn't need pants. He's just armor. So don't worry about that.
Does everyone talk about how beefy he looks?
He is beefy.
He looks beefy. Yeah.
You know? But I say this all the time because that was really dense. That was very informational specific. I love seeing us announce new champs and immediately people are in chat here, right? On twitch.tv/Kabam and they're like, hey, this person's going to counter them. Oh, that's going to be food for so-and-so. This is going to be the play. This is that. And I love that sort of stuff. And I say it all the time. There's a reason we call them summoners and not dumminers.
That is something he says a lot.
Again, if you want to check out all those deep dives, they'll be available on the YouTube page this weekend. Go and check them out. Thank you to Karate Mike for giving us all of those first looks. If you want to check out Karate Mike on his own personal stuff, where you will learn tons about content, hair, and pectoral muscles, Karate Mike 415 on the YouTubes. Go and check them out. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, good. I'm glad. Let's give away some champs. Let's do it. You
Let's
now
do it.
know it's
Make
fresh
sure
in your mind.
their
Why
page
do you
is
want Destroyer?
pinned
Why
in
do
my
you
chat.
want the
Make
other
sure you
one?
go there.
Sir,
That's how you enter their chat.
The
Or
other
enter
one.
this
I'm so
giveaway is
tired.
on their chat.
We're
Give
giving
them a
away
follow
some
or whatever
stuff.
it is you do on
If you are watching
Twitch.
anywhere other than twitch.tv/Kabam, you will be unable to enter this giveaway. Twitch.tv/Kabam is where you want to be. You can watch on many other places. You might be watching on YouTube. You might be watching on a content creator's restream. You might be watching on your phone. That one doesn't technically make you not eligible. But hey, come to twitch.tv/Kabam right now because we're going to open this up for 5 minutes. If you're not watching live, if you're watching this video later, if you're not watching and it's Friday, March the 1st, you cannot win. You want to be here live with us. Live. To enter the chat, summoners, to enter the raffle in the chat, we want you to please, is it open?
It will be as soon as you tell me to.
Please enter in the chat, ! Daycrawler. It ain't Nightcrawler, it Daycrawler. Boom, 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 boom. Now, let's talk about this giveaway while you are all entering it. You can enter one time and one time only. If you do not see a message from Streamlabs saying you got an entry, you did. We just tend to overload Streamlabs with over 2,000 people entering pretty much every single one that we've ever done. Yeah. Again, we are giving away 1 7-star Serpent, 1 7-star Destroyer, and 2 6-stars of both. When we draw them, it's going to go 7-star Serpent, 7-star Serpent, 7-star Destroyer, 2 6-star Serpents, 2 6-star Destroyers. In that order, we will announce your winners at the end. Once we close this, everyone gets 1. Please do not spam beyond that more than you need to. I mean, chat's it's gone anyways, but we appreciate you guys. Get in here. This is your opportunity. You got 5 minutes to dive in and get a Daycrawler. If you win, if you are one of our 6 lucky winners, I will be reaching out to you on Twitch probably today. You will have 48 hours to respond to that message, or Twitch closes down the chat. That's not something we can fix. You got 48 hours, respond to it. Then give me some time and some grace and some patience, because I cannot give you Destroyer until the end of next week, because he needs to be fully added to everyone's game, or it'll break some stuff.
Serpents first.
What did I say?
Destroyer.
Yeah, I can't give you the Serpent until the end of next week because it needs to be fully added to the game. Destroyer comes later in the month, so you guys need to wait until he's added to the game. It's added to the game till Destroyer's in the game, that big suit of armor, so that we can make sure that we don't break stuff by adding them to your roster. Daycrawler it is. Fire away. Do you have the exact dates? I feel like that's something we don't normally give people. The exact dates for Serpent and Destroyer coming to the contest?
Oh, give me 1 second.
Oh, we'll give you a second there, bud.
So, Serpent's pre-release bundle is on March 7th. He enters Arenas and Crystals on the 14th.
There you go.
Then Destroyer's pre-release bundle will be on the 19th.
Yeah.
And his Arenas and Crystals are on the 28th.
There we go. So keep an eye out for all of those. That will, again, influence the timeline of us distributing these champions to the winners. We will add them straight to your account. You will not get an in-game message. It'll just go right to your roster. That's the sound it makes. And then please do not reach out to support. I'll get them to you. I promise. I've not missed any yet. Additionally, this is another thing not to do, and I think it's important that we point it out. Do not go to support and claim that you won if you didn't. Oh my goodness. Nothing makes my skin day crawl more.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to keep this fine. How many entries do we have right now?
Oh, let's take a look. We are at 17, almost 1,800.
Dang, keep it flying, summoners. Again, twitch.tv/Kabam. If you need to make an account and follow this one, it takes no time whatsoever, but that's how you're going to get entered here. We are climbing. It's lovely to see how many summoners we're bringing in. We got more exciting content at the end of the month. Moving into April, we've got some fun things planned. Into the future, we're planning some excellence, I would say, in these live streams. We're bringing you new content, new peeks at things, new early information. It's going to be very, very fun. I'm going to take a moment for shameless self-promotion. Hey, everybody, my name's Jax. Some of you know me as Kabam Jax, or just Jackson. That's my name. My father's name is Jack, just the same way that Carl Borzen's dad is named Boar, apparently. Yeah. If you want to come and hang out with me in between these streams, I have my own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/FlannelJax, hence all the flannel. You can hang out there. We do not play MCoC because I don't want to get bullied. But we have collected some of the best souls on the internet. It is a lovely community of very warm and welcoming people. And if you want to dive in and contribute in the same way, find wonderful people who are encouraging and kind and sweet, come and hang out there. I'm live there usually 3 to 4 times a week. I don't play MCoC, but we play a lot of other games, and a lot of weekend streams are dedicated to hanging out with the community and playing games together. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, and you want to come and hang out, and you don't want to ask me questions about MCoC, you can ask small ones. But we have a rule: if it goes in the forums, don't go there. So come and hang out, summoners. I'd love to have you there. And shout out to the summoners who have already come over there. I've seen some flannel hearts fly through the chat today, and I appreciate you guys coming to hang out in these streams as well. It's a very
5 to 10 minutes ago.
Also worth pointing out, if you're entering the chat, or sorry, if you're entering the giveaway, don't include the quotation marks. I've seen a couple of them fly through. Don't include the
As
quotation
soon as
marks.
this stream is over, we'll go look at the
Cool.
forums.
Anything you want to promo?
We'll check
Yeah,
in
Mike.
game, and then I still intend to do the Spidey
You got a
challenge.
new
Let's
album
see though,
dropping
because
soon?
this has gone a lot longer than I thought it would.
Nice.
It's called My Album's Dropping Soon.
Nice.
It's dropping soon.
Can you give us a little sneak peek?
No.
Okay.
I have like just enough improv skills to respond to something, but
good.
if you push
I
me
don't
just a
want to push you
tiny
too
bit,
much. Okay.
I'm out.
You
I
can
don't have
yes
anything.
and me, but if I yes and you,
Well, yeah, we did it for a while. It'll just, as soon as it gets to like now be creative. No, it can't.
No, it's
do
great.
it. Yeah.
I really enjoy, playing
The
off
banter?
of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I think we've got great chemistry and great impros. Finton, you have anything back there you want to promo?
Got nothing going on.
How's your football team?
They're good, yeah.
Who do you cheer for? Arsenal. Are they top of the table?
No.
Second. That's pretty good though. What do they win if they get second? They win nothing? No prizes for second place. Savage.
First, your last.
If you aim first, you're last. Again, shout out to Finton and Rob behind the board. Rob, lean back because you're in front of, making everything possible behind the scenes. We've also got, that's half of Sarah in the corner over there. Also working to make things possible. It requires a whole team of us crammed into this teeny tiny room, and the temperature is getting up. It's getting up in here. It's a small room, but I appreciate everybody coming together as a team to make these excellent. I love doing these. It's my favorite thing of my job. It's my favorite way to hang out with you summoners. So we appreciate you guys coming. That's my little gratitude check. I'm grateful for these streams and everyone who comes to them and makes them possible in any way. And I bring Timbits, so I do bribe them a little to hang out. What do we think? Are we just about done? How many entries we got?
We're at 22:37.
That's about it. We usually get 22, 24. We'll give you guys 30 seconds. Again, if you're watching anywhere else, if you're on our YouTube page, you're in a perfect spot for the deep dives on the weekend, but not where you need to be to enter this raffle. Come on over to twitch.tv/Kabam. 30 seconds, make an account. That's all it's going to take. Now, let's dive into a couple more rules. If I send you a DM because you won, we'll only ask for your in-game account, your alliance and alliance tag, maybe your top champ. We basically just need to identify your account in the system.
No,
We're not
Austin,
going to ask
I
you
do
for
not.
credit card information. Don't trust any other
Should
account
I?
asking for
And
that
should I
stuff.
be
No
scared to look it up?
logins, nothing like that. Only trust the Kabam account, Kabam, and that is all. If you have an inappropriate Twitch name, and you win? Nuh-uh, you don't. We're picking a new one because I can't say it live.
Yeah.
Now don't freak out because your inappropriate names that are like Captain Underpants. That's fine.
Oh, donut hole?
If you
Right
had to
on.
work
I'll get
really
those
hard
next time
to
I'm up in
avoid
Vancouver.
Twitch's censorship,
They better
then
do
it
the
might
brawl
not.
again this year.
But aside from that, I can
better.
guarantee 99.9% of you are just fine. I feel like we hit it. What are you most excited for in Sagas?
The Nightcrawler buff.
Is that cool?
Nightcrawler, yeah.
More X-Men buffs.
Nightcrawler is just such a cool character. I've always loved him. His tragic backstory.
Why is he blue?
Because Mystique is his father.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Process that.
other times Mystique was just his mother, but he gets a blue from Mystique.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Also, Mystique's the coolest character, so her son's got to be pretty cool.
Hey, Mike, why haven't you added Mystique to my game?
Oh my God. Okay, so sorry, that's not a exasperated. Oh my God, that's a I wish we had Mystique thing. And I know she's probably the #1 most requested champ right now. Mystique is the hardest champ to get right. There's lots of other games that have her, but they don't have the kind of issues that we do.
The depth and the kits and the skill sets. And
so we could add Mystique right now, but she wouldn't be what we want her to be, right? We could just have her. She would never transform. Maybe she could do something like her arm turns into a sword or something, because she's done that in some ways, yeah. But
what's up, BK?
To make her meaningful to her power set, it's much more complicated, and it requires a lot of memory on your phone, and people with some older devices or something, she would just crash your phone, and that's not something that we want.
So what I'm hearing is we're taking our time to get it right.
Exactly. Mystique is not a no. She's just when.
Yeah.
The question is when, not if, but when.
Yeah.
So.
Now I've seen fan theories that maybe she's already in the game hiding
I've been
elsewhere.
saying that for years.
Maybe
so
she is.
for all we know, she's already here.
Maybe.
Yeah.
She is. All right, let's close this down. How many entries we got? 24 and change.
2,400.
We're going to count you down 5 seconds, and then we're closing it. Ready, everybody? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ha!
Haha.
Got you.
Okay, we're going to pick some winners.
All right. Don't ban the term yet because I kind of want it to flow. We're going to pull our 6 winners. I want them to go away because Streamlabs is going to spoiler alert us, and let's just let them fly. And then Mike's going to send the info to Rob, and Rob's going to make it real pretty. It's continuing to get prettier. Our production team is kicking booty. That's the official term we use in the industry. That's an internal term. You guys might not know what that means. So as soon as we're ready, now, if I could give away a 7-star to every single summoner, I wouldn't, but I'll give it to 2 of you. So get excited and get ready, because Serpent and Destroyer both look super cool. And you want a big hammer guy? You want a big sentient body of armor with fire face breath? Because you got them both this month, March. Summoners, get excited for it. How are we doing? We're almost there?
I did this the wrong way.
Oh, you did it the wrong way,
second.
so I'll continue to banter. Finn, what did you have for breakfast?
Is it a banana?
A banana! Consistency with this guy. And a croissant. Let's not get nutty here. Are you feeling super energetic? And a what?
Square bar.
A square bar?
Squares bar.
Squares bar.
Yeah, Rice Krispie square bar.
Oh, yeah. Wow, you must be feeling really energetic right now because you had like basically 3 breakfasts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Whoa. All right, Rob's giving me the thumbs up. He's like, stop talking about breakfast with Finton. Let's get into it. Let's pull off our big winners here and show them off for everybody. We're going to start with a 7-star Serpent, then a 7-star Destroyer, then 2 6-star Serpents, 2 6-star Destroyers. So let's pull up our big W here for our 7-star Serpent. Congratulations to Tommy, 141202. That's my favorite series of numbers. Fun fact. Congratulations, Tommy. We'll be in your DMs on Twitch soon. Do you want to do...
No, win Aiden
Destroyer?
Yeah.
7-star Destroyer, giving them away.
To All-K, All-X.
X. Force. Congratulations, All-Dash,
Sure,
on your
that's cool.
7-star Destroyer. Now we're moving into 6-star territory. We got a 6-star Serpent going to Viva de Rue. 27, that's French.
I think so.
Do you know what that means?
No.
It means congratulations on being great.
I don't think that's true.
It could, though.
I think-
And our other one, our other 6-star Serpent is going to K. Dezazzler. Dezazzler.
K. Dezazzler D.
K.
Yeah.
Dezazzler D. Congratulations. We'll be in touch shortly. Next, we're going back to Mike here.
We got Jose COV, I want to say.
Yeah, congratulations. Big beefy Destroyer coming your way later in the month. And the last one goes to...
Numra 45 Armon.
It's backwards. See that?
Numra? Oh my god. It's like
Right?
someone pointed out earlier. Saga's backwards. It's Saga.
Yeah, I've been seeing it nonstop. But congratulations to all of our winners of this raffle. We'll be reaching out to you guys probably today. And we've gone through all the details, so you have all that you need to know. We will be back at the end of March to talk about April. So March 28th, pay attention because this is a change. March 28th is a Thursday because the Friday is a holiday here and we ain't coming in.
Nope.
We love you guys. We want to continue these streams, but we're not coming in on a holiday on a Friday.
Yeah.
So come to us on the 28th of March. We're going to be talking about April stuff. We got very cool stuff coming in April. We are also going to sit down, right now the plan is to sit down with our art team to talk through their creative process, which is something we've been wanting to do for a long time.
For so long.
So long, and I'm very excited. We also have one of the most requested features we're going to be discussing in April.
Act 8, Chapter 4.
Who knows? But we will have another April stream. But yes, come and check us out March 28th here on twitch.tv/Kabam. We will be back then. It's going to be fun. Please go check out all of our social media accounts. Look for the release notes. Look for the side quest information. This is a big game with a lot. That's why we don't call you Duminers. Mike, thank you for being my guest on this show and laying out sagas for everybody.
Oh, anytime.
Massive thank you to everybody working behind the scenes to make things happen, to Sarah in that corner, to Rob and Finton behind the board, of course to James on the video team. Thank you to everybody except Lyndon. We will see you guys next time. Until then, my name is Jax. Have fun and play nice, everybody.
All right, y'all. That was a good stream. Let's hit up the forums. First, I want to jump in game. I saw quite a few things that made me think something has happened in game. At least rewards have gone out or something of that nature. And then we will come back and we will check out all of this and whatever there is to see. But right now, let's check out in-game. Like I said, I saw a few comments from you all that some in-game stuff may have happened. So I want to see that. What's up, Joey? How you doing, bud? Aiden, not gonna lie, I'm usually a big fan of these, but I really dislike this stream. They did themselves research by releasing the blog post on Monday. You mean like as if it didn't feel like I'm trying to interpret and extrapolate a bit there in that it felt like we didn't learn too much new. I do recall, so when that went out Monday and we covered that on stream, one of the things that was interesting for me was I had seen the presentation and I was like, I feel like a lot of it is in this. This is really interesting. I will say, like, and it's all different, right? And I know that I have publicly been a bit critical, and I try to do constructive criticism when I'm not looking to like entertain with you all and have some fun of the streams. I will say that like I really enjoyed the first like 45 minutes of this one. I thought they did a fantastic job. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought they did a good job of like giving us information and being humorous and entertaining along the way. Then it did feel like it dragged out, but like we don't know why. Like there's who knows why. Like there's so many times these things, again, I try to do something live and that is very, very difficult. It's not easy. So who the heck knows why? And maybe that's the way it was intended or was planned. I have no idea. But I will say, I really felt like this was in my humble opinion, the best stream I've seen. I thought it was very good. I thought it felt professional. I felt like they were presenting information. Players were treated with respect. It was humorous. It was entertaining. It was lively. I did enjoy the banter back and forth between Jax and Mike. And so like, I thought it was good. I thought it was good. So I'm curious to read a little bit more. Saying, yeah, we didn't learn a whole lot compared to what we could have learned for ourselves by reading. Yeah, and that's the other thing I think to keep in mind with this sort of stuff is the streams, and this is something I've had to remind myself of too, right? Is like I'm a pretty serious player on the big scheme of things. I'm way more on the serious side of playing this game than your typical player. And so I'm like, I want info. Give me info, right? Like what's coming, what's happening, tell me who the champions are. That's it. And I think so many players aren't playing that way. And I think they know that. And so a lot of this is, look, we'll get the information out, which I did enjoy this. Is like, we'll get some info out. We'll let our content creators, our YouTubers, right? Because you don't have to be in the CCP to have seen all this stuff and stream it and cover it. And then we're going to do this live stream, maybe for your more serious players who want to stop by. And then also your more casual people who are like, I want to watch Switch for an hour. I'd rather do that than go on the forums. That's my sense. I don't know, but that's just kind of like my way of making sense on it. Let's see what's going on in game. What's happening here? I've got 9. Okay. Oh, so we've got the Magic Heist. So we're definitely going to get this done. Remind me to do that if I somehow forget. That's important. This is the arena. I feel like we had so much to talk about. And I'm, you know me, guys, I have kids. I'm back to being sick and not feeling well. What I did during my break was I ran upstairs and took another massive shot of Dayquil and some more caffeine. So I still intend to do the Spidey challenge, but we'll see. We'll see. I feel badly if that doesn't happen, and I'll make it up to you guys somehow. Okay, so nothing too crazy there. We've checked this. Okay, so let's go to that mail, huh? Let's go to the mail, and then we will go to the forum post to see what else, because they definitely said some new stuff was going to be in the forum post. Abdo, what's up, bud? Sorry you're not feeling well. Did you watch the Kabam stream? Yeah, we did. Nothing. They didn't really. There was nothing that like you and I and other CCP members didn't already kind of know. I don't think there was anything in there too much like that. But I did think it was really well done. I thought they did a great job. Okay. So I saw someone in the chat, and I apologize for forgetting exactly who it was, mention this. And it seemed like the price was rather high. So let's go ahead and look at this. There's no 4.5. I mean, for 6 stars. Rank up gem for 9,000 units. I will not be getting this. I will not be getting this, and I don't recommend anyone gets this. Like at first blush, I don't see that being good value, and not all deals are supposed to be good value. But I don't see this being good for your super mature accounts. I don't see this being good for your up and coming accounts. I don't see this being good for anywhere in between. If you disagree, let me know, because I like to. One, I like constructive criticism. I like being told when people think I'm wrong. Also, I really don't think I am on this one, and so I would be interested in learning a new way of playing the game. That someone's playing the game a different way. What's up, Lord God? Yeah, this is way too high for like, okay, so here, let's have some fun with this. If this was a 7-star 2-3, would you pay 9,000 units? Is that like a slam dunk? Because I don't even know if that's a slam dunk. I would be like, oh, I'll do it, but you know? You do it for a 7-star 2-3 for sure? For sure. Okay, we're getting a lot of for sures. Nope, 6K. See, that's what I'm saying. 9,000 units is a lot of units. Like Abdo. So for those who don't know, Intoxicator is Abdo. Abdo is Intoxicated Gamer. Doesn't. It's. I don't want to put. Abdo, please speak up if I'm wrong. But my sense is it's almost nightly. It's pretty much a regular nightly stream. I don't know if that's just your goal or your intention. So like but a really entertaining, does a lot of battlegrounds, very entertaining stuff, does a lot of shorts and videos. And Abdo did a video recently, and I was just shocked at how many units he had accumulated. And so someone with even the accumulated units of Abdo, I think, is still saying, like, software is just silly bad. Maybe they get someone who hasn't experienced or something. Yeah, because, like, even, like, let's say you're, like, trying to become Valiant. Like, the amount of rank 5, 6 stars doesn't matter. Like, I just don't, I don't see it here at all. Bacon would be tempted on a 7-star 2-3 because they're limited. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is such a high price, whether you've grinded out those units or whether you're buying them with your hard-earned real life money. Either way, like, you've spent a lot of energy and time getting this. And even if it was 7-star 2-3, to me, I would still be like, God, I'm going to probably do it, but I'm not going to be happy about it. I'd buy the 2-3 to keep up, but it isn't worth it. Yeah, often that's essentially how I would feel. You know, I would do it like, I'm going to do it. I hope it's a defender I can place on Alliance War defense. I'm not going to feel good about it. Intoxicator, if it was 9K for a 7-star 2-3, and you could choose the class. See, that's the thing. There's still so much RNG. That's why I'm even like, I don't, whatever. I don't want to harp on it. Like I said, not all deals are meant to be good. Battlegrounds rewards are in. I don't believe I'll be doing a separate Battlegrounds video. Yeah, I'll hit record just on the off shot. I'm like, I should do a Battlegrounds opening. I don't think I should, though. I've talked at length about this in streams this week. I played it. I enjoyed it, but I really I dove in more than I had the last 2 months, because the last 2 months of vacations and things like that. But I still didn't push it like I had, when I was hitting Celestial and things like that. And here's the wild thing, in case you haven't heard, not going overboard and playing when I thought it was fun. I actually had a really good time. Like, if you feel like the grind is fun, do it. But man, if you don't. I had a blast. I didn't grind. I just had a good time playing it when I could. And I had a tremendous amount of fun. And I should have ended up in Mysterium. So let's see here. This is the solo event. So I played mainly with my Elder's Marks whenever I could. I did eventually run out. So that makes sense. Of course, my Alliance does well. These guys are littered throughout the leaderboard there. So that makes sense. Sorry guys, you're gonna have to watch me pick my tier 5 class Catalyst, which is never fun. I always edit this out of videos. If I ever don't, please give me a hard time. Be like, dude, why did you make us watch you do tier 5 class Catalyst? It's not even easy to say, much less watch. I don't know if it's harder to watch or say. Ooh, this is good. This is good. It did 793. Given the amount of time I put in, I had a tremendous amount of fun. I obviously have a very mature deck and roster. Okay, period. I don't have Silk. I don't have Werewolf by Night. I don't have a ranked up Kingpin. So those are typically my auto bans. But I obviously, you know, I ain't complaining about the deck I bring into battle. Had a tremendous amount of fun. This feels really good. Like, this feels really good. Yeah, Jacob, game is supposed to be fun, so it makes sense. And I was able to really concentrate on war, which I also enjoy. So this is my plan for the foreseeable future with Battlegrounds. It's play when it seems fun. If I end up in Mysterium, cool. If somehow I make Celestial, cool. If I don't, then tis what it tis. But I know what I'm doing. I know how to put a deck together. And I had a blast with this. We're definitely going to open up a 7-star, right? We'll do it right now. We'll do it right, well, you know, as soon as we possibly can. And then remember, we still have those forum posts to get to. And we'll do this now because, like I said, I'm not feeling 100%. The Kabam stream went a little longer than I thought it would. And so I don't know if we're going to hit the end of the Spidey challenge. In fact, y'all might see me spend a lot of units on Cerastes instead. What is this? Okay, so this is what they were talking about for next month. Nothing too crazy. I think they explained this pretty well in the live stream, actually. They did explain stuff very well. I felt like they both were knowledgeable on what we were looking at. So, all right. Here we go. This is what I was going to do at this after the end of the lags challenge. But we'll see, you know. I don't know if that's happening. I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens. But I know I'm opening this. 7-star curses have been coming in strong, right? Battlegrounds War, got a ton of them. Titan shards are growing. You guys know who we want. I want to awaken Spot. I will say, I opened a 7-star yesterday because of something else that had come in. I think it was Winter of Woe points. I finally got my robot objective, and I got some sig levels on a pretty awesome champion that I'm very excited about. But that'll come out in the Crystal Cornucopia. So the luck has been good. The luck has been strong. We got Kindred recently live on stream. Let's keep it going. I'm not a believer in this, like, luck's been bad or great, so it must go bad. I think luck's been great. Let's make it even better. Let's keep it going. Let's have it be awesome. Would love to get more Guardian. I finally got some of the footage together, pieced together. Rank 2 Guardian will be coming out soon. Video on that. And getting that sig higher and higher would be phenomenal too. So a lot of awesome misses. There he goes. Come back, Guardian. Not Terax. Terax is not what I was looking for. He's not bad. He's not bad. He's just not what I wanted. He's not what I wanted. That was my first Terax? That's a surprise. All right, well then that's pretty cool. New 7-star. I am not upset about that. Just not what I wanted. You're right on so Aiden, yeah, Aiden. Whenever I see Terax, I think of Aiden and TJ, two incredibly smart players. So, all right, let's jump to this. Do you guys want to see? Let's go ahead and read those forum posts really quick because they sounded like they might be interesting. So let's see what this is, and then we can talk about it here. Let's see. I'm trying to make the screen a little bit bigger. No, not that way. Come on. There we go. I'm becoming a technology master. Does anyone know where the new posts are? I'm not seeing anything. Anyone seeing this? Thanks, Aiden, because I'm not, this isn't. Oh, this isn't coming up for me, bud. Thank you, Aiden. This is the release notes. I don't. Is there anything interesting here? Not that it's not interesting, but is there anything that we should take our time and cover now? Simula always does a phenomenal job covering the release notes. That is like my go-to monthly for this. And so I know that he reads it, he studies it, he does a fantastic job of letting you know what's coming and what you should be interested in or what might be interesting or something to go over. And I think, what is this? A group of exceptional war defenders, many of them carrying the sugar pill. Okay, so this is interesting. This is something I was aware of. They didn't talk about it on the stream today. I will admit, I don't think I fully understand what exactly this, like how this will be implemented in game. We've talked about this, right? Like I'm really enjoying Sagas. The implementation so far has been fantastic, but there's still a lot more. And how do they implement it will be something that we'll have to see, and then that they'll iterate on it, of course. So if you're not enjoying it, make sure you let them know in a constructively critical way. Experience the thrill of fighting powerful defenders. I do think people will enjoy this. I actually do. Even your folks who don't enjoy war, I think they'll enjoy this. So you're basically going to get to do a fight with the war tactics. 2-hour quest limit. The Alliance War Showcase will premiere later this month. That'll be interesting. I want to see that. As you know, I love war though, so I might be a little more likely to be excited about that. We're already aware of Winter of Woe, Trader's Outpost. They talked about this. This will be where you can kind of trade in. Looks like that's where you'll get your 7-star, 6-star Nightcrawler, that sort of thing. That sounded cool. Champion updates. We're aware of this. I've covered Luke Cage. That I can now remove all of the beta labeling I did there because I like to let people know that it's a beta. And we'll continue to do that moving forward. We'll be covering all the buffs, all the new champions, getting them locked into the tier list, and then covering them as they go along. These are some bug fixes. Oh, very cool to see that with Iron Man. Oh, this is big. Fixing issue with Nick Fury's LMD interacting incorrectly with Toad and Danny. As a Danny player, someone who enjoys playing Danny, that is massive. So I'm excited to see that get fixed. It was a lot. Okay, cool. Anything else? I'm not seeing anything like, wow, we need to cover this and talk about it. Anything new, anyways. And then Egg, you got us on this other thing, side quest. Why did this come up this way? Sorry, folks. I know y'all can't see that. Let me get that in here so we can take a look at it together. This is the side quest. Okay, so the Null Army. This is why that really cool Null profile picture. Man, I want that profile picture. I do love my Deadpool, or I guess it's Platinum Pool. To me, he's showing the V. I know he's not, but that's what it looks like to me. I am terrible at reading these things and synthesizing them. Too long didn't read. 6 base trials, 1 boss. Base trials have 3 encounters, 2 possible defenders each. Trials, 6 encounters, 6 possible. See, this is where I just am like, I don't know anymore. Mike explained it really well. You go in, you do your trial, you get stronger. I think it was on day 7, you go in, you fight the big boss. If you've done all your trials, you probably won't be too bad. And then you take your goodies to the new Trader's Outpost. And the Trader's Outpost is the term that they are giving for stores. Here it is. Saga logo profile pic. That looks cool. When a fight in any game mode, you get 1 point. Okay, that's pretty good. There's the tree. There's the brothers handshake. There it is. I hope that's the one they showed, the Conqueror Null profile pic. I hope that's cool. If you did not see it on the stream, and I'm not certain that it's the one they showed, but I hope it is. It was really, really cool. I think I could see a lot of people rocking that. And then, yeah, I mean, if anyone's got any very specific questions on this, Aiden, did you say you're doing a breakdown on this or anything else? Definitely link where you're going to be showing that. I know you often do that via Twitter. Really good breakdowns on this stuff. Let's go ahead and look at there's a Paragon store. Okay, so there's a Paragon store. The 7-star hero crystal. Wow. You can get a whole 7-star crystal. That's pretty big. Yeah, Abdo, that's kind of how I feel with this stuff, where I'm just like, I hope someone does a video and I can watch it, and then maybe best if Kat puts out an infographic, and then I can look at nice pictures with nice drawings. Okay, here's the Trader's Outpost. This is the new stores that'll be coming in with Sagas. You're going to get 2,500 Mysterium for completing a trial, 12,000. Jack's actually explained this pretty well on the stream too. But here's basically what you can buy. There is, okay, we'll look at Paragon and then we'll look at Valiant as well. I mean, this is just, we've seen this. This isn't news to anybody. The Valiant stuff is just marked significantly better than Valiant is just significantly better than Paragon. It really is. Paragon stuff lately has felt very much tailored towards like people who are more in the earlier stages of Paragon. And it's just a huge difference when you get to Valiant. And I mean, like, you see it right here. Oh, this isn't like tier 3 basic alloy. That's new. Oh, no, that's not new. That's not new. Even this isn't like outrageous. I don't think this is where your large value is supposed to come anyway. And then, yeah, we needed a new store, Abdo. We needed a new store. If you know, I've been like, you know what I need, Kabam? I need a new store. Yeah, I mean, this is really cool. I'm not. I want to make it clear. With the lack of excitement you hear in my voice, is not. It's not like because I don't think this is cool. It's just I don't think this is the most exciting part of Saga. And like I said, I'm not feeling 100%. The nullification crystals add the following champs to your roster. I can't imagine this is 7 stars though. I just can't. I think this has got to be 6 stars. I don't see that sort of thing happening. Aiden's currently analyzing every frame of the Serpent deep dive. So Aiden, I mean, obviously, you know, Serpent's a DLL champion. There's going to be a lot going on. In fact, Serpent, I have seen the kit and I read it and was immediately like, oh, good God. I may actually try to convince DLL to jump on a live stream where we test him instead of me making a standalone video. Because he's a DLL champion. He's going to be complex in a cool, really cool way, trying to figure stuff out. But if I don't feel like I'm getting a really good handle on him, good enough to make a video, then I will see if I can get DLL to hop on a stream, which he's been willing to do at previous times. So we'll see. Thoughts on the Serpent? I mean, he looks really cool. They spelled it out pretty well that he is intended for more your moderate and long fights. That sounded like there might be some potential quick fights, probably some very specific matchups. I saw a Pierce effect. It was a passive, but that's really nice because right now there's just so few natural counters to future Ant-Man. Like you've got Hulkling. And then there's more. I personally love using Kushala, but that's because I love using Kushala. She can be fast against him, but there's just not a ton of really, really natural options. So that looks like he might be that. It looks to me, I'll just say it, like there's going to be some very strong defensive abilities. So keep that in mind. Aiden, you wrote please in capital letters, buddy, and I don't know what you're modifying or referring to there. So if you could please write it again. If you're being serious, you may have just been joking around. You might just be joking around, but if so, I want to make sure I respond to that. I'm reading this question from Arthur. So I have a problem. I have enough catalyst to put 3 6-star R4, but not enough ice or gold. So I've been thinking of putting Hulkling R5 as my second 6-star R5. Should I do this? I have 12 R4s. If essentially what you're asking is, should you R5 Hulkling? Like, is there any good reason not to? No, he is phenomenal. I genuinely think he's one of the best champions in the game. He's not available as a 7-star. Like, there's just nothing that makes me even hesitate when someone's thinking about ranking Hulkling to rank 5. Bacon looked like he'll take care of armor champs quickly with the SP2. Maybe that's the where he's put. This is Serpent now. Maybe that's where Serpent may be relatively quick. Aiden, I'm seeing Pierce resistance up, Cold Force power gain inexorable. True focus fear. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got that right. The list goes on. Serpent's ultimate red. Ooh. Yeah, with all that armor break, I don't recall if he had something to. No, he does. He's got the true strike, true focus. Will that handle Red Skull's auto block? Man, guys, I can tell I'm not feeling well. Shoot. Please do stream with DLL. I think that'd probably be better for the community too. If I stream with DLL than if I do a video. I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him about it. Shoving. What's up? You pulled a 7-star null? Nice, dude. Finished 97 glider table. Your first. Wow. Congratulations. You're thinking the Serpent will get your R5 gem? Yeah, I mean, he looks great. Definitely play him first a bit. So here's. I will also tell you guys. Shoot, I wanted to do this Spider-Man challenge, but I'm not feeling it. I feel badly though because I put it on the thumbnail and everything. I'm also so here's the other problem: is I was hurrying up this morning and I was not able to get this done. I'm finally here at Cerastes. And I was trying to watch MCoC Noob. How great is MCoC Noob, by the way? I was trying to watch his video on how to do this fight, but I was like, no, I want to pay attention to what Jax is saying and doing. I wanted to hang out with you guys, so I decided to do the stream instead. But now I'm literally here, and I have like no recollection on how to do this fight. Like none. Like, at least when I did the Kang fight on stream the other day, I had like, there was like a weird memory, like a dream on it. And this one I have like, I don't even know who I used for this fight. I don't. Med just changed the thumbnail. Yeah, I think that might end up being what I have to do. I just don't, I'm just not happy about it. This is not an easy fight, if I remember correctly. I remember I watched Noob and Simulus breakdowns on this fight. He's got like corrupted armor. Thanks for being here, Gara. Appreciate it, bud. Yeah, and you know how it is. You got kids too. It's just the nature of having kids. There's like almost constantly some sort of cold or something running through my household, and it's like hit me now. I'll do that arena. See kind of how I'm feeling. See if anyone in the chat's like, here's an easy way to fight Cerastes. I don't think there is. I think that might be part of why I blocked it out. Is that I don't think there is an easy way to fight him from my recollection. Like, it happened with Kang. where I even told the guys, I was like, no, there's like, I recall that there's like a formula. Like I recall coming up with a mental way, like a rhythm to fighting him. And eventually I got it back down with obviously some great coaching from some incredibly smart players. But I'm not remember it was Cerastes. Cerastes is by far the easiest. Oh, really? Okay. Do you happen to have a too long didn't read on that? I'd love to give him a shot. I mean, I set aside this time this morning to do this and to hang out with you all. And you guys know I don't care if I use items, so that's not a concern. I have enjoyed starting to play my Kindred. Once I pulled him, waking him immediately to rank 2. Definitely going to be on my Battlegrounds deck. I like him so much because I know people know how to fight him. Like I even did the video on how to fight Kindred. But even with that, you got to get your gameplay right. There's some AI stuff that can go a bit wonky. I love him as a defender. And even with people knowing how to fight him, wow. So like me just being late on a Venom SB1 is not a good sign. That is not a good sign. So I've been using him offensively. He's actually a little trickier to use offensively, I think, to get your maxed out of. But I'm pumped up about it. I enjoy it. I think he will come in handy for me. He's got those really great immunities. And, you know, maybe not a great Battlegrounds attacker, I think just due to the speed. But someone I can place on defense. And then he's got all those immunities. And and I mean this in a good way, he's genuinely hard to kill. Like, they start healing a significant amount, so I'm pretty pumped up on that. OG Highland, dude, kid has strep. Oh my god, wife has strep. Now I'm getting over it. Yeah, and that's the thing, is it's like it just moves from person to person. I think I've just had like a month in a row where no one got sick, and so it felt really good. Fellas headed out to sleep, but thanks for being here, bud. Absolutely, Fel. You can DM me, bud. Looks like the Kingpin and CJ rumors weren't true. Yeah, but I know that the person who leaked, or the account that leaked, that they've got a good track record of being accurate. Like they absolutely do. So there was a part of me that was like, maybe? But the champions themselves were just, I mean, there's a reason why I've publicly said I do not think these champions will be coming to our game as 7 stars for a very long time. I don't have them in the like no never place, like where I would have like Perk maybe, or like Quake. But CGR and Kingpin, I was like, I don't know about that. So, you know, yeah, I don't know. I know people have very strong feelings on all of that in various ways. So I even respond to that question with a little bit of hesitation. And if you have strong feelings on it, go ahead and feel comfortable putting them in the chat. But they don't tend to get me hyped up or my feathers wrinkled or whatever the term is, one way or the other, on either side. I'm just kind of like, it is what it is. Cerastes is easier if you dex as SP1. Okay. Doesn't he have like various armor and like a leg kick, and there's all kinds of terms. I'm happy to give it a go though. I enjoy doing this, so I'm motivated to stay on, especially in light of I don't mind spending items, and I don't mind, of course I'd rather play well on stream or anytime I play, but I don't mind playing poorly. It doesn't bother me. Hit, block, striker, knockdown, bait SB1, repeat. Hit, block, striker, knockdown, bait SB1, repeat. All right, let's just give it a try. I'm all for it. Let me write that down though, because the chat will continue to move on. hit block, right? Hit block was the first one. Jesus, I can't even find it. Okay, hit block. Striker. Knockdown. Bait SP1. Repeat. Cool. Thanks. Let's give it a go. See what happens. What's the worst thing that could happen? What is the worst thing that could happen? Right? Just make sure you can completely dex as SP1 or you'll have issues. Oh, I'm going to have issues. Oh, it's like CGR's SP1? Okay. Have a great one, OG Highline. Thanks for coming by, bud. Right, so I've done that, so I can check that off the mental list. So I have a feeling I'm going to not play a lot of MCoC for the next bit here. Oh, don't back out. What are you doing? Let's throw on a boost. We have them. We have them. There's no reason to not use them. All right. He has 3 shields that are damaged by different things. See, yeah, I was like, I know there's more to it. One is knockdown. Oh, that's why everyone's saying this to me. He held him down at the same time, and he has wounded for like 20 seconds. What's up, True Potential? So no 7.4 per second. I'm not feeling 100%. The stream went about a half hour longer than I thought. And I'm at Cerastes. If I can get Cerastes down and have fun with it, then we'll move on to 7.4.6. A lot of it's just gonna be how I'm feeling. I do apologize for the thumbnail and everything. What's up, Blah? How you doing, bud? Remember that he auto blocks when you try and punish your special, and if the armor is purple, don't repeat that action. I have to go pay some bills. He has 3 different armors, and you need to get them all down at the same time. All right, we'll give it like a good 10, 15 attempts or something. And if I'm getting it, cool. If I'm not, again, we're A-okay. What's up, BK? All right, so hit block, striker, knockdown. SP1. Hit block, striker, knockdown. All right, we'll try it with Purgatory first, since I think she's the weakest of the champs I got up there, as far as rank and everything's concerned. Well, I can't hit his block if he doesn't... Oh, I don't have a striker. Alright, so I'll just try to practice like his SP1. Is he stun immune? Nope. Oh, that's right. I'm remembering this fight now. He's got all those things that you need to get down at the same time. Yeah, I'm remembering this fight now. All right, and that does feel very CGR-like. Very good call. I think that was from Abdo. Right now, I'm just basically... I know I'm not doing good damage. I'm just trying to get the flow of the fight there a little bit. Okay. You only have to dex the final hit of the SP1? You can't beat him without one. You need a relic. Okay. Any recommendations for those X Magicka Stick Stones? So BK, one of the things I did in January, actually it was kind of whatever. It came out in January for viewers, is I moved just purely to doing the 2 tier lists, the general tier list and the battlegrounds tier list. And my thinking was I could do all of this in the general tier list. I think the spreadsheet's going to be amazing for people. And so I'd like to move people just to that instead of doing like the best 6 stars to ascend, the best 7 stars to rank up, and doing the general tier list and doing the battlegrounds tier list. The interesting thing I'm finding is it feels like people want these other tier lists, or like just even like the best champions to use your Saga materials on. If please, like you would actually, I mean, this is a genuine like request. If you could tell me, I'm not going to stop doing the general tier list. I'm not going to stop doing the battlegrounds tier list. Do you guys want those other ones? I feel like I will say, like, just as a person, I feel like I'm being almost like greedy as a YouTuber doing all these various ones when I know that I can put all of that in the general tier list. But then sometimes what I've learned is that people are like, no, that's cool. You're not being greedy. What you're doing is you're helping me out with like a variety of videos. So I just, my instinct on them isn't always correct. I've learned this in other ways. Okay, yeah, so BK, like essentially what you're saying, yeah, understood. In your question, you're all, law, I want all the Vega. All right. All right. Okay, what is it? Hit, block, striker, knockdown, bait, SP1. Hit, block, striker, knockdown, SP1. All right, I need to learn actually what the emblems are because the formula is great, but you know, fights don't always go perfectly to formula, and since I don't know, don't do the same shield lowering action back to back. Yeah, that I'm messing that up badly. Could use a Saga filter for the tier list. So the spreadsheet wizards, they're insane. Like they've next month's version already has. They've already done it. The Magicka emoji is on there, and the strong defender. Because one of the things we talked about was a lot of folks, not a lot, quite a few actually, have asked me already, like, hey, you were so excited about Kindred. Should I rank up Kindred over? And then they'll give me the example for who they're considering. And I'm like, no. Don't do that. Like one of them was even Kushala. And I was like, absolutely do not do that. Because I know them, and one of the reasons I want Kindred is because I want to put them in my Battlegrounds deck. And I want to do it as a defender who I will sometimes use offensively. And then I want to use them in questing and have some fun. And I could see there being fights where they'll be really helpful potentially, like in your EOP or something like that. But as far as like genuine just rank up advice for your typical player, I would say Kushala a million times over. But then I look at my tier list, and if you don't go through the filters, Kindred is very high. And so they were like, what you need is a defender emoji on there so people know. They're like, I know you say to go watch the Battlegrounds tier list, but not everyone's going to do that. And so you need that defender. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Like Atuma is very high. Although I do think Atuma has some really good offensive use. I mean that. Part of why he's so high is because of the Battlegrounds category that we've added for like general rank up advice. And a big part of that is defensive use. So it's hard. This is one of the things with tier lists, right? Is because like you're trying to get out like advice to people, and not everyone's going to read the same way. Essentially, I think that made sense. I think I explained that well. All right. So that's shield. What's knockdown? Okay, that's knockdown, and so the other one must be striker. Yeah, okay. That's knockdown. Come on, dude. It's knockdown. All right. What's this one? Some striker, I think. I obviously did something in the wrong order because I felt like that striker should have been it for us. I'm sure you guys will let me know what I did wrong. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I actually appreciate it. I think we're getting close here. I did not mean to get that intercept. I was actually trying to hit the block. Damn, this guy is backstepping me really well. He's good at it. Another intercept I did not mean to get. Hold your damn block. Man, he stays wounded for a long time, huh? I do not remember that. All right. Intercept. Okay. Come on, little Cerastes. He doesn't want it. Earlier he was all about the intercept. Now he's playing shy. He feels shy. Oh, little! Did you see that backstep? This guy is smart. This is definitely Tony Stark. This is a smart little Cerastes. Alright, I feel like I got the flow of the fight. Unless anything gets too crazy, I feel like I got the flow. We'll be alright. Don't do the same shield lowering action back to back. Yeah, thank you. Started to kind of fill that out. You could use a Saga filter on the tier list. So we talked about that too, like adding more filters. And these guys are insane. Like, they're insane in a good way. They even were like, you know, we'll do another filter. And I was like, I think I want one, that's a tremendous amount of work for them. And two, like, we just added the filter for 7 stars only, right? To help people with Ascensions and 7-star to rank up. And I was like, let's have this be a more like just visual. Here's your Ex Magica or your Saga champions. And then have that be visual and the shield. And they were like on it. And then like literally already tonight or last night or this morning actually is when I saw it. They were like, here it is. It's like, you guys are amazing. They are amazing. Vega, I'm finishing up the Korean challenges. What's the merit to picking double Masakure? I know you haven't ascended one. I'm interested in your input. Here, let's bring that up, and then we will get back to this. I felt like I was getting that down, so I feel pretty good about that. So here's the interesting thing about Masakure, man, is I know people who have picked Masakure, and they're pulling off incredible things without the signature ability. So if the opponent has 0 incinerate debuff, so this is like before you get ignited, right? Because when you're playing him, often, it's not often, but it's not unusual. It can be often. You lose your ignition, you lose being ignited, but you still have incinerates on them, on the defender. So this would not apply in that scenario. So this is like start of the fight, start of stuff, where you're typically using Masakure, which is often going to be Battlegrounds or questing. Or war, I guess. The fervor for the job gives you the combat power rating, which is really, really nice, right? This is part of what allows you to get to that SP2 so quickly. And then you get a really nice critical rating, which again is really helpful for the rest of his kit. But I'm seeing unawakened 7-star Masakures do incredible things. Speed of fights is definitely not a problem in Battlegrounds. So I don't know. If and when I am done with the CCP challenge, I really don't know who I'm going to pick. I kind of want all 3 champions, and I kind of want all 3 of them awakened. So So I think it might just be one of those ones for me personally. When I get there, I'm going to look at like what rank up resources I have and what my account looks like at that time, because they're all very cool champions and they're all incredibly different. I mean, I guess Spider-Man, Stark Enhanced, and Massacre are both really great Battlegrounds nukes, so there's a similarity there, but they're incredibly different. They're incredibly different. What's up, Misery? You didn't see that? Oh, BK, that X Magic icon, are you talking about my spreadsheet? That will not be there till next month. They literally just got it in there this morning, I believe. The atoms are such hard. They are impressive as hell. What's up, Bagel? Who's your current favorite champ on the Saga pool? Kushala. Right? She's in there. Please, she better be in there. My memory is that she's in there. That's why I want to... Once I awaken her, she'll get all the 6 stones that I can possibly... I was so happy when they said that the 6 stones don't like expire when the saga is over, because everything I can possibly do to get her... One, I don't have her awakened, which kind of stinks, but getting her awakened and get that sig up will be great. Not only, I mean, and not just for Siege. I actually think it's a very helpful sig for a lot of like those war fights with like Conflictor, or just getting the longer pause. It's been interesting to realize how helpful that sig is in those tougher fights. It's like my BG or my whole alliance will often send a 6-star ascended Sig 200 Kushala over. I think I might be the only person with an unawakened rank 3. Yoshi's is awakened. Thanks for being here, Abdul. You probably already headed out, but thanks for being here. Does the arena daily objects have 1 day? They said it has 1 day of grace period, and if I were you, man, I would not use it. I would not use it. I would have it be like, oh shoot, I somehow didn't log in and play 1 day and accident, because I don't want to mess with that. You want that 4-5. They're selling it today for 9,000 units. Now I realize why they're selling it today for 9,000 units. It's got it. That's very tricky, Kabam. Very tricky. Impressive. I didn't know that. That's very clever. What's up, Mr. B? It is a long stream, dude, and I am not feeling well. But here we are. Oh wait, excluding Kushala. I'd have to pull it up. Let me do another attempt, because I'm already starting to forget how to do this fight. Let me do another attempt. And maybe I should change the Shoot, I thought I had that one. Thought I had that one. What's up? Hey, Slayer, what's up, buddy? How you doing, dude? Think you've known the atoms too long? Going to be impressed. Is this just what they do? They just go around doing this? I mean, it's amazing. I don't know, Aiden. I feel like I'm on borrowed time already as it is. Like, I feel like I might sign off in 2 seconds because I just don't feel well. You can only remove 100 charges per action since you don't have buffs. Lining that up did not feel good. You can throw specials to knock down. Okay. Oh, I said I would look at the pool. And it sounds like now I need to make a best champions to use your Saga resources video in, which is cool. I mean, trust me, as a YouTuber, I am all for it. I'm all for it. And knowing that it doesn't come across as greedy's not the right word, but just like duplication of stuff I'm already doing, you know? Oh, so like right there. Yeah, I see it now. Okay. So if I do the knockdown again, he's actually going to get more of the knockdown, whatever it's called. This guy does not want to block when I need him to block. That's been a real problem. And then I forgot about the whole auto block thing, so that was fun. Okay, the middle one, I'm really struggling to keep this stuff straight, guys. All right, let me pull up that thing, and then I'll give this a couple more times. I am very much struggling to keep it straight in while I'm doing the fight. Find the right balance in this guy can take a bit. Yeah, Slay. Well, part of what's going on too is like I literally am just struggling to like remember what's even what. Did Kabam do a good photo, a good graphic of the champions that I know they listed them all out, but it'd be nice to look at a good infographic. It'd be helpful. And a lot of the infographics I've seen have what appear to be incorrect leaks on them, so I don't want to show those because I know that it's exciting. Like when we see that stuff, I think it's very exciting, and I don't want to get people excited about something that I really does not look like it's coming. Here, we'll just do it this way, huh? This will work. Here we go. Here we go. Did Cat do one? I don't think Cat has done one. Vega, I just sent in my maxed out Kingpin. If he comes in, sorry, would this be better with the SIG? Yeah, absolutely. I also I'll believe it when I see it when it comes to a 7-star Kingpin being in the game. I just, not yet. I'm not saying never. I just don't think it's coming. Yeah, I don't think Kingpin's coming. All right, so just for rank up resources in general, Longshot would be a good rank up. I'm not familiar enough with his SIG to know if that would be a good use of SIG. Hood would be a phenomenal rank up. Doesn't he go... Is his SIG the one that lets him go stun immune? Before I do a video, I'll obviously research these and remind myself of them. His signature ability is good, from what I recall. I like it a lot. Mojo, especially if you want to do those CCP challenges, he's available as a 7-star. It's the only reason I have a slight hesitation, but that's a unique crystal, if I recall. I don't remember if it's Battlegrounds or if it's War or Incursions right now. But if you want to do Finn's challenges, which people are starting to say, you can do it. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Aiden with the save. Aiden with the save. What would I do without Aiden? All right. Void would obviously be good. Essentially what I was just saying about Mojo with the special crystal. Sorcerer Supreme, I think he was niche when he came into the game. He's become even more niche. The interesting thing is it feels like his niche has become even more valuable. So if you love him, he'd be good. Wiccan's good. Issues is available as a 7-star. Wanda's fine. She gets overhyped. In my opinion, I think she's one of the more overrated champions in our game these days because of some really cool synergies and some like fun YouTube stuff, which is cool. Like, Dr. Voodoo, I think, has fallen out of the meta quite a bit, but a powerful champion. Kushala is definitely where, I would go personally. Sorcerer Supreme, curious to see how she does with the slight buff to her with that attack boost. I think it was only 10% we saw. Damage is kind of her issue. She's a bit of a generalist when she came into the game. Incredibly valuable at that time. I think because the game's gotten bigger and more complex, I don't think she's as valuable to an account, which is why she's not as high on my tier list and things like that, despite being good. It's just more about like the game that she's in. That's how I see it. I think Hood is a fantastic use. Not available as a 7-star, really, really powerful, and actually somehow still unique in his class. Clairvoyant, I could say literally all the exact same things I just said about Hood. You could add those to Clairvoyant. For me, like if I was looking for a tiebreaker on them, it'd be I enjoy Battlegrounds. And while Claire does have her uses, Hood, I think, has significantly more. Spidey Supreme would be a phenomenal option. Werewolf by Night's one of the best champions in the game. And, he's only in the Titan Crystal. I can't pull one. I have not pulled one. So there you go. Magic is amazing. So I would definitely, pour my items into Magic. As a 6-star, give it to Kushala, Hood, Namor, NC, Iceman, Havoc, Domino, Weapon X. Yeah, that's sounding right to me. Mutants, Havoc, but he's got the 7-star. Let's just call it like the 7-star like discount or something, just to make this a little more simple. Bishop, 7-star discount. Domino, 7-star discount. Danny, 7-star discount, although she is good. You gotta like her though, and I hope I've made that very clear in my videos to people. You gotta like her. She can be very frustrating to play. So you gotta like her before you rank her up. Iceman, I've already ascended mine, take it to 6200, and I have 0 regrets. Jubilee can do stuff. Want to see how this goes, see if more people play her, particularly against your skill purifiers, if I recall correctly. I think that's her SIG. Like, you'll see some huge numbers coming out of her. Toad is a very smart use. I hate playing Toad. I get why so many smart players like him, though. Emma, 7-star discount. Gambit, 7-star discount. Wolverine Weapon X. Check out Tom Jarvis's video if you have any questions on why Weapon X is also being used offensively. He's someone I will very much consider. Professor X, kind of group him with Danny, although I do think he's more usable, for sure. But you gotta like him, and I think he can... It's a different situation, but similar. Make sure you like him first. Namor, for sure, because of that SIG. So that's kind of how I would go from there. And then, there's a bunch of defenders. I think if you like Battlegrounds... Obviously, Kingpin would be fantastic. Kate is fantastic. Bullseye. Nick Fury. I don't enjoy playing Zemo. CGR would be phenomenal. As I said, as much as I wanted to believe those leaks are true, I just don't think they are. I'll believe it when I see it. But obviously one of the most powerful and fun to play champions in the game. Corvus could be good if you enjoy like Battlegrounds, or not Battlegrounds, if you enjoy War. I'm not supposed to talk about the buff to Gladiator. The Serpent, I think, looks going to be a strong defender, obviously going to be well made. Yeah, and that's kind of my thoughts on that. We don't know anything about Deathless King Groot yet, but he looks cool. Odin's available as a 7-star. Nova would be a good one too. Not available as a 7-star. Signature ability is really important to him. Really helpful. Very strong dual threat in Battlegrounds. Kind of a blast to play too. Oh, I don't even have the freaking... Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm not feeling well. You guys are like, what is he talking about? He's clearly looking at something. I think Vega's drunk. Let me give us a few more tries. If I can get it down, cool. If not, then we'll call the stream. I want to believe them. Yeah. So, see, Slayer, your response tweets kind of how I became aware of all of it. When I don't remember what you said, but I was like, I kind of want that to be true because I think a 7-star CGR would be so much fun, and it would mean like more time being able to play him CGR at a super competitive level, right? Like, because the 7-star is obviously the future. I still think 6-star Ascendeds are very powerful. And so like knowing that they're coming to 7-star would just, it's like hope, right? Like, okay, cool. In a year from now, even if I don't pull them yet, like I can hope that I'll be able to do that. But it feels early to me for both Kingpin and CGR. Mr. B, what's up, dude? Stay in the same rotations fight, go in order, and do not deviate. Yeah, man, that's never been my strong suit. And I think my Dayquil is already wearing off. I took a break during those streams to have a little, and it feels like it's already wearing off. Striker, knockdown. Beta SP1. Repeat. All right, let's go. Let's see what we can do. Ah, that's my fault. I had it, and then I went out of the order. Dilly, what's up, bud? Daywalker to Dayquil. Yeah, that's how this feels. Maybe it's just because it's in the game files doesn't mean it's going to happen, and doesn't mean it's what you necessarily think. That's what I'm wondering, if it's one of those. But I don't know. It might just be me being hopeful, because I do think it'd be fun. Like I said, like even if they did it as like a one-off crystal. Oh, what was that even? Like just knowing that they're in the game. That like, okay, maybe it's some stupid like 0.01% chance to get one of them in a crystal where you can only buy 5 of them in spring cleaning, right? Like if it's something like that, it would still be exciting to me, because obviously like 1 or 2 people will pull them. It would still be exciting to me because I'd be like, okay, cool. Over the next 2 to 3 or 4 years or however long, they're at least there. There's a chance it will happen. And I do think that would be fun. I do think it would be fun. That's my thoughts. I mean, I'm really curious on your guys' thoughts, obviously. But as far as like, yeah, I don't think they're just I do not believe that they will just like show up in the next Titan crystal. Let's put it that way. All right, let's try to do a little better. We had it. Striker, knockdown, bait, SP1. think I also shouldn't send him to his SB2. I've noticed that going very poorly. It's almost like you guys know what you're talking about. This may have been a really poor use of time. We'll find out. Did that dude stay stunned a long time? Nope. That's gonna hurt me. Yeah, Dilly, it doesn't look like it did. I realized you probably wrote that quite a while ago. But that's kind of nice, actually. Hook, Mr. B. It's Hook. The movie is called Hook. Okay, what's this guy doing now? He's changed up the game on me. Wow, that's some fancy moves. Oh, you guys didn't tell me he'd go stun immune? Wow, this guy is, he's full of fancy moves. The hitbox on this is really weird. He's unstoppable now. This, I don't think this is part of the fight. It's not surprising me though. There was some really weird animation stuff going on. I was pretty sure wasn't just me. What? What was that all about? That was very mean. That was rude. Let's get a little life back, Gilly. Let's get a little life back. Yeah, what was that? That's adrenaline, I believe it's called, right? Little 7-star adrenaline kicking in. Well done, Gilly. Huh. All right. He goes unstoppable. Shield goes to 300. Oh. When the icons are red, bad stuff happens. That reminds me of like my World of Warcraft days, where they'd be like, okay, guys, when the floor underneath you turns red and looks like fire, it typically means you want to get out of it. Like, how many times do we have to tell the hunters, get out of the fire? Always the hunters too, because they were worried about their stupid DPS meter. Thanks, Tilly. Yeah, that felt like good. I got you all were right. I see why y'all were saying what you're saying. I know you saw my Instagram post from yesterday. Well, those are like the pretzels, right? Look like it was like some peanut butter or something. Yeah, they did look good. They look delicious, my friend. They look delicious. All right. If this is really it, I think we got a shot. All of a sudden, Arthur for Peaky Blinders came out. All right. Oh, what was that all about? Where did that personality come from? So is that all that? Seriously, like this is it? This is the only difference? Is that in phase 3 he's sun immune? Oh, I've upset him somehow. Yeah. I think we're back on track now. Yeah, that's not good. What's that up? What's up, Lefty? Sweet brown butter. People are like, what are Mr. Belding and Vega talking about? Out of nowhere, Vega just said, sweet brown butter. Stuff gets worse when doing the same action twice. Okay, so I'm getting penalized worse. You're clipping that? Just me saying, sweet brown butter. I mean, it looks delicious. For those who don't follow Mr. Belding on Twitter or on Instagram, yeah. Pull a Taylor Swift and shake that one off. Dilly, it is surprising to me that you even know Taylor Swift songs at all. And now I'm making people up. Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. I did not mean to do that. Damn it. Once you get out of order, it's almost impossible to get it back, huh? I must have done the wrong one, huh? Yep, that's my fault. It's my fault for doing the wrong one. When the other two phases are down and the blocking one remains, you can continuously hit him in the block. It won't regenerate. Thank you. Yes, I'm not that old. Now respect your elders, Sonny, or I'll get the bar out of stuff. All right. We've got it down. We're making progress. What's really interesting, what's been interesting to me about all these various challenges of late, is it's forced me to kind of accept how much we sometimes overcomplicate things, right? Like, you know, it's like, guillotine sucks! And then here I am, well, I guess she has rank 4 at least, but rank 4 guillotine is like actually putting in work for Cerastes. This kind of shows you, I think, how much at least story content is accessible, you know? At least that's how it feels. The muscle memory of hitting him in the block is just so strong. Like, this just, like, I don't know, I'm mentally trained to do that. What the heck just happened? That's just gonna be a bad attempt. That sinks, because it was going fine. I must have hit the wrong button. I must have hit the striker without meaning to. You're surprised at how effective Purgatory was for this. Granted, I haven't used her since. Yeah, like, that's a good example, right? Like, we're all aware some champions are better than others, but when forced, apparently, like the Mike's challenge, apparently Black Widow's doing tremendous work for people in that. I would never use Black Widow over some of my other champions, ever. I never have and never will again. But apparently, lo and behold, she's all right. Man. Come on, Nimbus. Hold your block, dude. I didn't think he would hold his block. Alright. Let's see how we could do. It'd be good mentally. It'd do good for me if I could get him under 20% here. I think we got a shot. I think we got a shot to get him down on this one. Oh, no, forget it. There's another phase. Is this literally just the same thing over again? Okay, the intercepts. There we go. What do you got for us now, Tony? What are you trying to do? You're dying on us. Is there something that I'm going to need to do? Chat, you've done a great job of coaching me so far. This is not the time to go away. See how many of you are in there. Is there anything special that's about to happen? There's no way he's just going to die on his own, right? You don't remember? This is critical. Okay, system warning, critical. You think he just dies? Hit his block with a light. Or intercept. I'm trying to remember. We're all having the same thing. Hit his block with a light. Intercept. Use your striker. Dance. I think Aiden is right. Aiden usually is right. Hit his block with a light. All right. I don't know how I'm going to do that. Oh, he's unblockable. Yeah! He gets an intimidate. Don't die. That is the essence of MCoC right there. Hit him until he dies, and definitely before you die. Hey, thanks for coaching me through that one, chat. I really didn't think we were going to get that done today, but now I can go and get my Deathless Guillotine. So that is really, really cool. I apologize to anyone who tuned in expecting to see the Legacy Challenge. That is not happening today. I do not feel well enough, and I've streamed as usual longer than I intended. I will definitely update the thumbnail and the title. And you know what we'll do is we'll get that done. I'll try to get that done streaming maybe on Monday or something like that, so we can do that and have some fun together, because that is fun. Where's my Deathless Gilly? Where is she? Where is she? No, she wouldn't be there. Probably in the Deathless tab. That would make a lot of sense. 7-star Deathless Guillotine. Yes, I want the 7-star. No, I like my profile picture. I want to kind of play her really quick, actually. The trick with the relic was very heavy. Yeah, you guys coached me through that, and then the relic into the heavy was a big deal. Like once you got the flow of the fight, it wasn't bad. It was just long. Like it was just kind of like, this is a long fight. And it really honestly has, like, I'm sitting here thinking like, why did this feel so complex when I was doing it the first time? Like, because it definitely did. Danny, Vega, Danny with the wrinkle without the awakening. If you're asking the question, then probably not. Like, I think you gotta play her, and she is the epitome of a champion that I think you have to enjoy playing to make her worthwhile, because she is very powerful. She's not going to be usable all the time. She's not going to be usable in all modes. But she is very, very powerful. She is very rigid. Like by today's game standards, she is very rigid. And so that's another thing. Like there are frustrations in playing her. Not going to lie at all. So maybe play her a little bit. She produces such amazing results sometimes, though, that it's like one of those, the highs are so high. What's up, Zach? Pretty good day, dude. Not feeling 100%. But I always enjoy streaming. I enjoy hanging out with you all. We got, it feels fun. Like that Cerastes boss actually felt a lot of fun. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. How about you? How are you doing? Is she ranked up yet? She's the champion that doesn't even have an SB1, right? I mean, she's got the graphic, but she has no abilities tied to it. Let's see here. All right, let's go beat up something with her. No, I'm not going to rank her up. Let's go beat up Winter Soldier. Where is he? Her character model looks so cool, dude. I really liked regular Gilly too. There was a time of playing this game where like I loved playing regular Gilly. I just didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I knew that if I used her SB2 in arena, things would die. Like willpower used to be so strong. Just wondering if I missed the first day of the new 7-star arena, and will I miss out on the 4-5? Okay, JR, there's a single day grace period. There's a single day, but I think we're on day 3. I think we're on day 3 of that arena, man. Maybe you already know that, and that was baked into your question. Oh, that's right. Good call, Aiden. Thank you. Where is she? I assume we go crit with this one, with this Gilly. I got to take her out of the quest first. It's annoying, but I also understand why it's the case. I don't think there's much anyone could do about that. Actually, I'm realizing Monday is update day. I'll probably never place her on defense, but on the off shot I do one day. special quests. Slide on over. And I'm not going to put on a relic and all this. I just kind of want to mess around with her. If it was a Vega CCP challenge, what will it be? As far as the actual quest itself, that I don't know. But I know that I probably will never get to do one because I don't think I would do something that Kabam would like find value in, and that's not their fault. She's hitting pretty hard. That feels like a lot of degen. Okay, so she's different than her regular counterpart in that there's no like crit bleed or crit degen or anything like that. And that's a decent tick. Those ticks are really good, actually. I think it's her Sig ability that's got the heal. She feels slightly taller than regular Gilly. I don't know how to explain that. It's probably not true. But like where her head is lined up and where the sword's pointing, it feels a little taller. I think her heal is part of her Sig. I think. No, there it is. She's healing. Why is she healing? Thought it was her signature ability. I guess it's not. Now I'm trying so much. Yeah, there she is. 202, 117. I think I saw 403 in there. I'm going to look up, and I'm sure you guys will be explaining what's going on. But that was a surprise to me. Willpower and Sal for base regen is a Sig. Got it. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Oh, adrenaline. Thank you, 30k units. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, I know I'm going to look up, and smart people in chat are going to explain what I just saw. Yeah, she's cool. I can see why people were like, I can see why some people were initially like disappointed, because there's obviously nothing like, you know, in-game feeling about her kit or anything like that. In fact, I'll admit, like, even I right now, like, I had fun doing the quest. I'm glad we did it, and I appreciate you all coming along for the ride. But I'm not, like... She looks so cool, and I like Guillotine, that I want to rank to her, but the rational part of my brain is like, do not do that. You will regret that. Plato, dude, I meant it when I did my Red Skull buff video. I was like, he's awesome. I just wanted to try so hard to tell people, like, I think a lot of the really cool stuff you're seeing is out of people who are joining Battlegrounds and War. So just, like, keep that in mind. I probably went a little too hard on it. In fact, someone even called me out recently on the thumbnail. Because I do like that chili pepper thing. People seem to like it. I enjoy it. I like referring to things as spicy. So kind of like equating a spicy level to my tier list. That's how that is. Like, if they have 4 peppers, they're going to be in the second tier. If they have 5, they're in the highest tier, so on and so forth. But I just wanted to kind of like, I'm always maybe even too concerned about a viewer getting the wrong opinion from my video and like ranking someone up and then being like, they're not as good here as I thought they'd be. And me being like, yeah, man, because in this one part I explained that. So sometimes maybe I went a little too far, and Red Skull might be one of those ones because I think he's awesome. There's a reason why he's in the second tier. On my tier list, and I don't even have a ranked up 6-star nor a 7-star. I just played with them on the CCP, and I was like, I see this. I also fight one in every map 8 of AQ. I fight one, and so I know how frustrating and annoying it can be, especially without a counter. I'm not, like, literally someone kind of called me out on it. It was a commenter, and like I actually can't find the comment anymore. Like sometimes I'll just check YouTube and like the comments kind of appear. And I saw it and I was like, I want to get back to that person because I see what they're saying. They might just be funny too, to be honest. But they were kind of like calling me out on something. I was like, that's not what I intended, but I can see how, like, if you're skeptical, it came across that way. And so I should have just made him a 4. I should have just done the full 4 peppers. Like I said, I enjoy the spicy meter. Sub 50 and BG frequently. Exactly. I mean, no, you're on the Illuminati. Aiden's on the Illuminati. You guys know that, like, he's in the second highest tier. You know how good I think he is. I just probably went too far in trying not to, like, overexcite people. That's a YouTuber lesson. It's kind of like going way back in the stream, where I was like, I'll make a bunch of tier lists. I enjoy doing it. It's fun. I just feel like I'm being a little greedy as a YouTuber, and a lot of the comments were like, no. We want the various tier lists. Please do them. So yeah, I mean, if people want them, trust me, I am happy to sit down, rank things, and talk. That is 3 things I love doing: sitting, talking, ranking. What was I gonna say? Oh, the CCP. I don't think I will ever get asked to do one, or I don't think Kabam would ever agree to me doing one, because essentially what I would do is I would find some sort of challenge, and I would not make it easy. Like, I wouldn't be like, go beat, Winter Soldier with a 7-star champion. Like, I wouldn't be like that. I would want it to be some sort of, like, unique thing that you had not already done in game. But I would want it to involve essentially champions I like, or like my friends, right? Like Illuminati champions, like, just off the top of my head, like Campo loves Elsa. So I would want, if we could, to involve Elsa. I've been friends with DLL for what feels like forever now. I would want, in some way, shape, or form, a DLL champion to be brought in. I'd love to, like, give everyone a free Kate Bishop or something like that. That would be cool. I'd be like, hey, let's give everyone a free 6-star Kate Bishop. And that way, if they don't have her, they can use her in, like, an Acropolis too. And let's have it be like some sort of Kate Bishop challenge, something like that. So that's why I don't think they'd ever come to agreement on it, because it doesn't seem like that's what they're doing. But maybe in the future, if they did. And then I would love, again, like, just people I really enjoy. They spend time on my Discord. I've gotten to know them. I would love for it to be like, you do all this, you get a choice between, like, 7-star Medusa and, I don't know, someone else like that. Like, because Kat Murdoch loves Medusa and she's not available as a 7-star. So I would, and that's me though, right? Like, I don't think anyone's surprised by this. Like, I very much would be like, I would really jump in whole hard on the community part of the community challenge portion of it. So, and yes, I would have said that like months ago too. That's not just based on what we've seen play out. Are you into MCU movies and series? Oh, I love the MCU. The MCU is why I even started playing this game. I don't think I would have ever played this game without the MCU. Most of my comic knowledge and all that is because I got into the MCU, found some things interesting, and that's the Brazilian Wonder Woman. I don't even know if they still make her comic. I read the first few. They were okay. And so, yeah, that's how I got into it. And just again, fully just talking, because I enjoy talking. I actually did not like early Iron Man, and I do not like the Ant-Mans. I did not like the early Thors. And so it wasn't really till, I could be wrong on this, but I feel like it may have been Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And I'm sure I'm not alone in this. I'm sure there's a lot of people where, like, the humor, the way they treated it, like, it was still a superhero, still really cool, still very much in the world of not fantasy per se, because I like fantasy. I love fantasy movies and all that, of course. But just like it felt self-irreverent. It didn't feel too self-important, which, if you see my videos and streams, you know I love self-irreverent jokes and that sort of thing. So it just fit. And then I just became in love with the MCU after that. Beat OG 6.2 champion with 10 million health. So I haven't thought about that fight in forever, but, like, I could see doing that too. Like, give everyone a Kushala, because I would think she'll be good for that. Maybe she wouldn't.
For what?
Hey, speak of the guy. I've been asked if I ever did a community challenge, and so I'm kind of going through that. Can you guys all hear DLL?
Yeah, I've been here for a little bit.
What's up, buddy? Like, I would love that. That would be really cool too. Is, like, give everyone a selector of DLL champions, and then based on who they select, have a different challenge for them, right? So, like, you know, select Kushala and have to beat 6.2 champion or something like that. I think that'd be really fun. Again, just involving like my friends, my circle, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. LFDL just slides into chat. Absolutely. Thanks, Zach. I appreciate it, buddy. Dilly's saying hi. Miguel, you know, so Miguel is actually saying the Brazilian Wonder Woman just said her name was Yara Flor. She is Brazilian, correct? I have like the first 2 copies back there. I just didn't get super into them. Don't know. She is the current Wonder Woman. Yeah, they were really good. And like my comic shop that I enjoy going to, it's on Divisadero. It's called Comics Experience in San Francisco. If you're ever in town, it's a really nice shop. I really like it. There's a young woman who's often at the front. She's super helpful. And she special ordered a few things for me and stuff like that. And she's like, I think she's the one who pointed out. She's like, you might like this because she can tell that the stuff I'm interested in. And I checked it out. I don't know. It didn't, maybe it's like the art style. It just didn't like grab me for whatever reason. But it's very good. Dilly, I would become the community villain. Everyone would hate me. Yeah. I mean, I see that, right? Like, I see that. Like, I will say, when I found out who was doing them and all that, I was like, I felt very sure that fintechs would be very difficult. But also, and this is huge, it was going to be meticulously well researched, thought out, and tested. That's all of my experience with him, is that he is very responsible, meticulous, and researches things well. And so like it would be doable. It would be hard from a skill standpoint, but it would have been researched like absurdly well. So I plan on doing it one day. I absolutely do, because I want to see the challenge and all of that. It's just going to take me skill wise and time wise quite a while to get there. DL, how you doing, bud?
Good.
Yeah. Was it fun to see your newest baby out there on the live stream?
It was. He wasn't reading chat closely enough, but I did tell Jack sorry, not sorry when he tripped over Inexorable.
I did say I'm feeling far from 100%. In fact, I'm going to be signing off with you.
Full disclosure.
Yeah.
The first time I put it in the document, I misspelled it. So like I'm not above this, but I was still enjoying it.
You know what's weird is it's just not a word you see very often. No. And even something about seeing it is making me mispronounce it. It was kind of like the cat's commissary. It's not
it's
a word.
An easy one to put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, I was very well done, by the way. That was very tricky to pull off what you just did. But I was like the cat commissary, and I kept saying commissary, and I'm like, that is totally wrong. I know that's wrong, but my brain is like can't figure out how to make the letters I'm seeing turn into commissary. It's just I don't whatever. People are like, that's not interesting at all. So Miguel, I'm really enjoying talking to Miguel about this Brazilian Wonder Woman because her Miguel knows her name, even Yara Flor. I was very excited about the comic and the whole thing, and I bought 2. It just didn't get me. And he's saying, yep, she's Brazilian. She has a very good story, but it takes time to get excited, mostly due to the writer. She's pretty different to all Wonder Woman family, so she freshes up the dynamic. Maybe I'll give it another run, dude, because like my recollection is just like, all of a sudden she was like in the land of the dead and she was like saving someone, and I really didn't fully understand why. They had some cool like stuff going on, like she had to take a boat across the water. I mean, I feel like there's so many cultures and fantasy stories that are like that, you know, like when you're visiting the land of the dead, you take this boat and you need like a currency to get there. So like it was bringing some cool stuff in for sure. It just, I don't know.
You gotta pay the boatman.
Yeah, exactly. It was very much that, right? And that's in so many places.
That's very Greek.
Yeah. We've been watching a show about food at the state fair you have over there. State fair food is a whole nother level, man. I mean, it's been this way for a long time, but I mean, they'll deep fry Twinkies, and it tastes delicious. It is delicious. Aiden saying they would laugh so hard if it had the blue underline definition. See, right now, I so badly want to say inexorable, and that's obviously not right. And then I also want to, so the other word I want to say is exonerate. My brain's wanting to say exonerate. I don't know why, but it is.
I can see that.
Miguel, sad thing though is the DC doesn't know what to do with her since they've just introduced Wonder Woman's daughter, Trinity, as legacy character a month. Yeah. I'd love to sit here and just talk about this character because she honestly felt cool. I used to talk about it pretty regularly. Nah, Zach, I wish it was from grinding out Arena. It's not. It's from opening way too many crystals over the course of 8 years of playing the game and then not knowing what to do with the ISO, so just selling it. I don't have the mental wherewithal to fully get into it, but in my opinion, for me personally, this game is so much more fun. Really diving into it and honestly not opening crystals. I know that sounds strange. Like opening up the crystals that we're earning. I also feel like we're earning a lot right now. And so maybe that's been really helpful. But like I just opened up a 7-star crystal yesterday and then I just opened up another one today. And I did nothing but play the game in between. Like I did this leg one is Legacy Spider-Man challenge and then BG rewards came in today, you know? So DLL, we'll talk off stream because I don't want to put any pressure on you to do this, but I would really like it if we could maybe stream Serpent. Serpent came up today.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, and I was kind of saying that like I'm going to continue to put out videos for new champions, for all buffs, and kind of work them into the tier list and all that stuff. I have seen Serpent's kit. And I don't know if I'm going to feel confident enough to do a video that's actually helpful to people. And so if you were available, I'd love to.
Yeah, no, that sounds fun. I've enjoyed those in the past.
Yeah.
And I imagine by then you may have had time to go through the Spotlight video, which I will be recording later today.
Ooh, okay, cool. Can you say when that's going to come out?
I think it's fair enough to say this weekend.
Okay. Yeah, because the deep dive will come out. Those are always great, you know. But I think getting the context of the designer in this particular case, but also of a designer, it's really helpful to me. Like I pulling Kindred the other day, taking him immediately to rank 2. A lot of that's for Battlegrounds defense, but I do think there's offensive use. And then now I'm going back and listening to your Spotlight video, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is why I'm throwing the SB1 as much as I am. You talk about Mystic Dispersion 5 out of 5 and that sort of thing. It's just really helpful, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I've I said in your server, so not everybody will have seen this, but like I do think that one of my strengths as a designer is how I can make complexity work, and I do think that applies well to defenders, but at the same time, like, it's honestly my least favorite thing about building defenders, is that when you have to box out the kind of attack power that this game has available, you just end up needing to throw in things that say, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And if you do enough of that, it becomes like, it's just, yeah, defenders are kind of inevitably a certain level of complex. And if you're trying to make them feel fair so that people can play around them with those carve-outs, then they have to be even more complex. And there's a large part of me as a designer that cries a little bit when that happens, because I would like things to be more elegant. But, you get as close as you can.
Do you, when you're saying like elegant, is that due to like, if you even can answer this question, right? Because NDAs and just what players should be privy to, of course. Is it due to there maybe not being, not necessarily hard counters, but like if we put like a numerical scale on it that we're just coming up with right now, like there not being a lot of champions that maybe have like 8 out of 10 as far as a counter. Is it kind of due to that?
It's a little bit that, and honestly, some of it is just like, I know I've seen sarcastic comments that we don't care about the class wheel, and that's not accurate, but it is fair to say that the class wheel has evolved over time, right?
Yeah.
And so working alongside those evolutions, trying to make them make sense, trying to prevent unintended consequences, and also watching for some like niche things that have built up just make you do weird things. Like you'll without breaking the NDA, I can say those of y'all who watched the live stream this morning saw that Serpent has power gain, right?
Yeah.
One of his threats is power gain. And so there are lines in his kit to make sure that somebody like Punisher 2099, who is in the class that's supposed to be weak against him, does not become a great counter, right? There's a line in his kit that makes sure his best counter isn't just Spider-Man 2099 with the anti-venom synergy again. Like, that's the kind of stuff that you have to do, where it's like, I want there to be counters, but I want them to be mystic. Like, that kind of thing. To protect the class wheel just ends up taking a lot of work.
Yeah, and I'll have to see the various comments, and it's so hard over text, right? Like we talk about this all the time, but that actually sounds pretty good to me. Like I'll have to read the. Maybe I won't read the comments because sometimes
I don't know what you're talking about. The community is always super rational and calm about defenders.
But yeah. Should I R5 Kate or Scorp or R2 Mantis? Oh my god! I mean,
Jesus.
Yes.
Dart.
The answer is yes. So here's how I would break that down, Brandon. Is if this is a lot of ifs, okay? If you have Necropolis to do, if they're Kate-friendly lanes, and for the most part, there's quite a few lanes that she's can handle, and you want to use her there, then I'd go with Kate first. After that, I don't know, man. Kate, Scorp, Titania, I think are and Mantis is very good, but I don't currently place the same value on Mantis in general overall in the game as I would for Titania, Scorpion, and Kate. Scorpion, Titania, and Kate are in the highest tier for my rankings.
My addendum to that is that Mantis is one of those characters where if you should be valuing her as highly as the other three, Vega and I won't have to talk you into it.
That's another. So I don't know, because Kate and Scorpion, even after, and Brandon is done with Necro, even after that, they're both so good in Battlegrounds and in War and in questing. But I see 7-star Titania and I'm like, Titania.
She's awfully freaking good.
Yeah, and I think that's really just kind of like how you want to. That's a totally how do you want to play the game right now sort of thing. Because I could argue, go Titania. 7 stars are the current and the future. Might as well get on that train, go for it, make her as powerful as you can, enjoy her as long as possible. The other side of that coin is Kate and Scorpion probably have a little bit more limited time. I don't think they're anywhere near being done for sure, especially with Ascension. And so make them as powerful as you can, get as much time out of them. Like that's truly a I don't know, flip a coin. Yeah, Zach, that's how I'm feeling too. I gotta sign off. I gotta sign off. I don't want to. I just have so much fun doing this. I've genuinely been thinking about doing that Spidey challenge, but I know I shouldn't. I should go eat and rest. So everyone, thank you so much for being here. It's always a blast. You guys make this so much fun to do. Thank you to Ozfan for the extremely generous donation. Thank you to Aiden for being there. So much help, dude. Thank you. I really always appreciate it. And thank you to DL for joining the call, talking a little bit about Serpent and that sort of thing. So Thanks so much, everybody. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. We'll get out some videos for the weekend, and hope you have a good one. Take care.
Wait, why did I just lose you?